Okay, my mic's working. Don't think anyone's here yet, but I'll probably get started in a few minutes. Really excited to read this visual novel. It came out a few days ago and it was looking really, really good. And any of my friends who know me know that I am a very big Umineko fan, When They Cry fan, etc. So I saw this and I was like, this is right up my alley. I love kinetic novels. So I guess we'll probably get started in a bit. Let me just adjust my sound a little bit, because honestly, this is a bit much even for me. And I'll adjust it on the stream too. But hopefully when someone joins, they'll tell me if it's too loud. Let's see. Oh god. It needs to be even lower. 50%? Yeah, let's do 50%. Let's up the text speed because I want to read it. I'm gonna read it while I stream. Anyway, let me. Guess I'll link this to a couple people and then we'll see. Okay. Okay. Alright, I'll just wait for some people to come in and just start reading right now. So let's switch everything over. How do I, okay. Switch over, there we go. Alright, so excited to play this. The art looks amazing, music looks even better. Very interested in the writing. To my knowledge, this is set in Poland? No, I have to check again. Hold on. Let me fact check myself because I am not I am not confident in where this is set. Okay, it's set in the USSR. Okay, I was far off. I think the developer is Polish, or they live in Poland. USSR 1986. Got it. All right. As a warning, I did look beforehand to see how to pronounce some names, but obviously I am human. Even if I don't look it, I may make some mistakes in terms of pronunciation. I hope everyone will just bear with me. I am doing it to the best of my ability after listening to a couple how to pronounce a name in different languages videos. So we'll see how it all goes. Anyway, let's get started. Let's jump right in. Did you know that our sun is a very unusual star? To start with, it's a yellow dwarf. These constitute for just 7 to 10% of all stars in the universe. It's an outlier even among those. Most yellow dwarfs are primarily covered with dark spots. The sun isn't. The majority of its surface is bright. In fact, it has 3 times the number of light spots than it does dark spots. Sure, its overall brightness index is nothing special. You could even call it underwhelming compared to other stars of its type. But even so, it works harder than most to shine as bright as it can. And I find that really cute. I don't remember where I read about this. Must have been some newspaper from years ago. But that small piece of trivia still pops in my mind whenever I look up at the morning sky. It's not much of a view, to be honest. Not much of a sky, not much of a sun. I guess that's the kind of region it is. Some people say the sun is just lazing around in our parts, what with the constant snow. But people that go around saying that, well, They clearly haven't read that newspaper. The more I thought about things like that, and the more I learned, the more I realized how incredible everything is. Hello, Ozma. Welcome in. Yeah, you didn't miss too much. This is really the very beginning part. I'll be reading chat. I might be like super immersed while I read, but I'm happy you joined. I'm very curious about this visual novel. The narration at the beginning already kind of hooked me. I will do my best to do the pronunciations as well, as this is set in like the USSR, so some of the names might be a bit beyond my scope. Let me know if there's anything with the audio also. The music is a bit loud on my end, so I'm not 100% sure how it sounds for viewers. I'm not just saying that to mean amazing. I mean improbable. You can't deny the world is full of great coincidences. It's to the point where I've begun to ask myself how much of it we can attribute to pure chance. The universe was so kind as to give us both a star and a planet with the perfect conditions for sentient life. Just the slightest fluctuation in the composition of our atmosphere, the size of the globe, or the distance between Earth and the Sun, and none of us, none of the beauty surrounding us, would exist. Some would call it a miracle. And of course, that's a lovely way to put it. But isn't that giving the world we're living in too little credit? But it's not that I subscribe to anthropic principle or anything. I'm not so arrogant as to believe the universe exists just for our sake. Or rather, I'm not so sure it exists solely to be observed. Oh yay, awesome, you're totally okay, I think it sounds fine. Okay, perfect. I'm glad the audio balancing's alright. Hi Dorothy, welcome in. I'm a little sleepy today, so I might be a little sluggish in terms of like responding to chat. I think the antihistamine I took last night was a bit too strong. It's because I woke up this morning expecting to feel rested, and then I realized, oh, I took 10 milligrams instead of my usual 5 milligrams, so I'm a little groggy. But I suppose this is the perfect stream to be a little bit sleepy too. Yeah, I'm happy to have you both here. When a baby is born, it's not preoccupied with how it is perceived. That conscious need emerges later as the child develops self-awareness. Until that point, its curiosity is aimed at its surroundings. So, if anything, it's the opposite of what the anthropic principle entails. We're social creatures, so the need to be observed makes sense for our survival. But to say the universe itself shares that priority, it just doesn't make sense to me. Although you can also think about it this way. A child is curious about the world because it perceives the world as external. But what if the child is the world? What if all that it could ever observe existed within itself? What can the all-encompassing universe be curious about? Yeah, I'm thinking of honestly getting rid of the overlay. I was like checking it. I was like, it might be better for me to just get rid of it and just have chat on screen. Let me see how it looks. Maybe if I put chat over to the side like this. Yeah, we'll do no overlay today, and I'll put the chat kind of over here. Yeah. Okay. That'll make it a bit better for people who want to also read it themselves. Hopefully. Let me see. I'm fiddling with it too much. This is my problem. I get a little obsessive about it. Hold on. There we go. Maybe 3 messages should be fine. Hopefully, once I set up my restream, which will let me stream to both Twitch and YouTube, it'll be a little bit cleaner. That's my hope anyway. So it won't be as obtrusive. I'm looking into maybe commissioning someone to make a layout for me, but that will come in due time. All right. Where was I? What can the all-encompassing universe be curious about? There's nothing but itself, so nothing but itself. There's nothing else to care about in the whole wide world. It is the world. Duh. Wait, now this makes perfect sense. If I put it like that, I guess the universe has no choice but to be self-centered. Even if this wasn't the case when it was born. What if the universe developed a desire to be perceived by others as it matured? The same way that a child would. And what do we do when we want others to perceive us a certain way? We try to mold ourselves accordingly. Ah, I think I get it now. The universe gradually felt the desire to be seen. It wanted to be admired, loved, and observed, because there's nothing more a world can do but to observe itself. It's the best and only pastime there is as far as the world is concerned. And if observation is good, more observation is even better. Of course, an endless universe can observe itself endlessly. Oh, gotcha. It's normally okay, but I guess for a game where the text is on the bottom just doesn't work for streams. Yeah, honestly, the reason I'm thinking of commissioning a new layout is because I want to stream more, not necessarily visual novels, but like things in the vein of like Ace Attorney. I was talking to Dorothy about this recently, about Detective Instinct, Farewell My Beloved. That game looks really, really good, but obviously it's like a text adventure game, so the dialogue is at the bottom of the screen. So I'm like, I should make a layout where the game can kind of exist independently of the chat, because I know that would probably look way better. You can say that its observation value equals infinity. That value may seem absolute, but it isn't really, not in mathematics. Infinity plus 1 exists. It's a value that the universe could never reach as a singular, albeit infinite, observer. It came out today? Yeah, I'm so excited for it. Here's my problem. I just dropped like $130 on new Fangamer merch because of the Silksong release. So I bought a lace plushie, I bought a poster, and then I bought a Okami hoodie that I've been really wanting. So, I don't know if I should spend the extra, like, $18 for a game that I'm not gonna get to for a while, because it's a game that I would rather stream blind than play by myself. It just looks so good. I want to record my reactions to it. So I had to create new, finite observers to add to its infinity. It needed to create sentient life. Sentient life is the +1. When I put it like that, it sounds like all of us are extras at a party. Now, isn't that fun? This vast, mighty universe changed itself so meticulously to make new observers possible. It fine-tuned all of its systems so precisely, just to have us here. It works so hard just to share its joy with us worthless insects. Oh no. Oh no, this can't be. That's cute. That's really cute. Oh, I should have expected this. I should have known the infinite universe would be infinitely cute. Oh, the lace plushie. I was going to ask you... Oh, wait. I thought of you when I saw her, so I get that. Yeah, I was so excited when they announced it. I expected, like, the first wave of Silksong merch to mostly be Sherma. But, happy that a lot of it is lace. Let's see. It's funny you mentioned Okami. I was going to ask if you're inspired by Ninetales with the brush tails. Yes. my VTuber is a bit of a shameless ripoff. Ninetales is one of the most, like, influential bosses to me on a deeply personal level. I was very into Okami as a child, and so as also a Japanese folklore enthusiast who loved Kitsune, Ninetales is just obvious, and I really wanted to do something with the spirits trapped in the tails kind of thing. I'm planning to maybe have a lore debut stream at some point, just to like talk about myself as a person and a little bit about my VTuber avatar and the design process. But this is mostly for fun, so I'll do that later on down the line when I've got everything more figured out. This world is truly is wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Ida Grachevskaya is missing. Damn, I was hoping to get that smoothly the first try. Huh? I look up from my desk. A low hum runs through the class. Grachevskaya? What? Seriously? She's just skipping. Nah, she ran off with that one guy. You saw? No, but come on, you know her. She's totally... Silence! The teacher taps her journal on the desk. Ida's parents filed a report yesterday night. They haven't seen her since she left for school. Another round of whispers. The teacher raises her voice. So if any of you have any information that might help in finding Ida, please report it to the teacher's office or the police after class. That is all. On to the lesson. A chair creaks in the back. Wait, you really expect us to just study like normal after hearing that? Yeah, we're shocked, you know. We're worried sick. Seriously, our classmate's missing. Our friend, our Iroshka. The room fills with repulsive giggles. She was my fave boss too, has such a good design as well. Yeah, I thought the whole subplot of that area, oh my gosh, it's been so long since I played Okami, I can't even remember the name of the city. Whole subplot of that area is one of my favorite segments of the game. And remember to hit that like and subscribe button. Hello. Hi, Vic. Welcome in. You didn't miss too much. I've kind of been chatting and like reading a little bit. But I'm happy to have you here. Thank you guys also for like leaving likes on the videos. I'm sure it helps like channel viewership or whatever. At some point I will set up my restream so I can also stream to Twitch at the same time. Cut it out. Garin, sit back down. The teacher's voice sounds just as dry as it did when she broke the news. She turns toward the blackboard to write down the date. We all know the situation will probably resolve itself just fine. So let's not act dramatic. If you have anything valuable to say, I'll be happy to hear it in the office. She puts the chalk down and begins the lesson. It's December 19th. A bird flies past the window. Man, this visual novel, having the dithered backgrounds is like, I wanted to do this for my visual novel. Disappearance. Give me a break. Aren't you supposed to wait 3 days or something? That's a myth. You can file a missing report whenever, especially if it's a kid. Oh yeah? Hey, let's report each other missing and see who they find first. Ha, you're on. No, but seriously, what's with the sudden hubbub? So she didn't come home. Big deal. I thought wandering off was her whole thing. Right? That's just Gretchevskaya for you. Bet her parents just want some attention. Like they need any more of that. I mean, I've heard of some weird cases. Yeah, never say never. Crazy is genetic. You think she's in some crack house now? Haha, no way. Do we even have any? I wish. At least there'd be something fun to do. Honestly. Hey, but she's, like, for sure with the guy, right? The guy? You don't know? Bunch of people have seen them together. It's some older dude. He's, like, 30 or something. Ew! You serious? Yeah, it's so trashy. I slowly walk behind my classmates as we head to the next lesson. It's irritating. Their conversation is ticking me off. I'm not sure why. It's not as if they aren't making sense. It's not unusual for Ida to wander off somewhere on her own. I'm not treating this news with any real gravity. Really, I'm no better than them. There is a trace of worry in my head, but it isn't directed towards Ida. Instead, when I first heard about her disappearance, the thought that flashed into my mind was rather ugly. Now nobody will come to save me. Gross. But regardless of what people are saying, and regardless of what I personally think, that's still a missing person. Her poor parents must be so worried. Just picturing it makes me feel glum. I'm not surprised Ira would just run off somewhere without telling anybody, but still. It's not like we've ever been friends. It would be stranger if I acted all torn up about it, right? She's just that kind of person. Always getting herself in trouble, always hanging out in places she's not supposed to be at. They're right, this wouldn't be the first time Ira left for God knows where. But is it really true? The stuff they said about that older man? I've never seen or heard anything like that. Even though this whole time, I suppose it's plausible knowing how some girls are. Even so, I'd never have thought Ida would be the type to be love-struck like that. Love-struck, huh? When I put it that way, then it's almost... Yeah, it's most definitely cute. Ida in love. Forbidden love, too. Girl, if she ran off with a 30-year-old man, I'd be a little bit concerned, but you do you. Wow, I'd never have guessed. I never took that girl for a romantic. But she is a girl at the end of the day. And she does like those types of books. So, perhaps... She was planning to elope all along? Ah, crap. It's all so complicated. I'm really torn on this. I really am. On one hand, it's super romantic. Such beautiful young love with no regard for what anyone thinks. It's so incredible. It's incredibly cute. Okay, so this is the narrator talking about the son. But on the other hand, I'm really sad. Guy who calls everything cute. Yeah, I think the protagonist is Asya from the game page I saw. I'm very curious about her. But on the other hand, I'm really sad. It's selfish and it's dumb, but if Ida is really gone, it's like I've got nothing to hope for anymore. Hey, Shibina. Huh? You know anything about this? No. Why would I? Well, you two were pretty close, right? Their whole group chuckles. We weren't. No. No, not at all. Really? Really? I thought you two were dykes. What? They all erupt in laughter. We weren't. We didn't even talk. Vadim, you dumbass. Garchevskaya is screwing the old guy. She ain't like that. I don't know. Some chicks swing both ways. You never know these days. Let's kill this guy. I don't. It's... Look at her face. Chill out, Shubina. We're just kidding. Jeez. Why are you getting so scared anyways? You really a lesbo or something? I'm not. The reviewers I have seen of this game are saying otherwise, Asya, but it's alright. They just keep laughing. What can I even say to that? No matter what I do, they just keep laughing. If Ida came in through the door right now and heard what they were saying, all hell would break loose. I mean, she only disappeared a day ago. She's probably just coming late today. She doesn't even know there's a missing report. Maybe she has already left her lover's place. Maybe she's trudging through our snowy schoolyard as we speak. No, she's already inside. She's already left her wet puffy jacket in the cloakroom, and now she's going down the corridor, up the stairs to the left. That's right, she's coming. She's gonna storm in any minute now. Right, that's it. I hear her. I can hear her footsteps. She's coming. Ida's coming. Oh, my poor delusional baby. Ida isn't the only one that'll be missing after this. True, Vadim will disappear personally by my hand. What's with that face? You look like you're holding in a shit. She's totally a lesbo. I'm not. I've never talked to her. I told you. The steps walk past the classroom. Now that they're closer, they don't sound like her at all. They never sounded like her in the first place. Well, maybe not with her, but like in general. Yeah, you don't have a boyfriend, right, Shibina? Why's that? Huh? I don't know. Dude, look at her. Be real. Come on, don't say that. What, you want to be her boyfriend? Hey, Shibina, want to go out with Igor? Oi! What? Come on, he's a great guy. Right, Igor? You treat her right. Piss off, man. I'm not doing this. Oh. I bite my tongue. There I go again. Bad habit. It's not like it works anyway, so why do I keep doing it? I plop down at my desk and start mindlessly flipping through the textbook. I need to stop indulging fantasies like that. It just makes me feel stupid every time. If Ira came in through that door and beat them up right then and there, would it really help my case? They probably keep saying those same things behind her back. And to my face. I guess it really would be for the worse. Yeah, I shouldn't have wished for that. If Ida saw that, it would just add fuel to the fire. So it's a good thing that she didn't interfere. It's a good thing. It's a really great thing. At least these guys don't bother me for the rest of the day. Everyone's too preoccupied with gossip. Death by 5 oxen. Let's kill classmates A through C and Vadim with 5 oxen. I can't focus on studying either. I keep thinking. The last time I saw Ida, the teacher says her parents saw her leaving in the morning, but she didn't show up to class. Did I misread that? Okay, no, I didn't misread it. That part's nothing new. Ida has always had a bad attendance record. So I assume she skipped as usual and went to see that man they talked about. Did she go to him right away? Because in that case yesterday evening... Go home, Asya. The teacher's office, was it? I'm kinda scared of going straight to the police. But I should probably report that. Not sure if it'll be of any help. And for some reason, the idea of telling anyone what I saw, something about it just doesn't sit right with me. But there's no logical reason for that. I need to get over myself. Sure, she's probably fine. I know that. Freaking everyone knows that. But if she's not, well, I'm gonna regret it big time. Oh, but I might also be tearing star-crossed lovers apart. Asya, if Ira really ran away to be with someone that she cares about so deeply, away from society's ridicule, would it really be right to ruin it? Crap. I have to admit, I'm also a little judgmental. I mean, it's really beautiful. I do believe that judging love like that is ugly, ugly, ugly. But whenever I start to consider it closely, I just can't brush off how much older that man is. I just can't. Wow, so she does have a sense of morals, alright, of standards. I'm really no better than the rest. Wait, that's it? So that's why I don't want to tell anyone about what I saw. It must be the good in me screaming, "Don't ruin their good fortune. They're probably so happy together right now. It's none of your business." Gosh, yes, that must be it. That explains everything. Should I follow my heart then? Should I keep silent? It's not as if what I had seen will make a difference. It was kind of inconsequential. There's no point in telling anyone about it at all. It's not the kind of information that points to any particular location or culprit. Not that there is one. So let's keep silent and everyone will be happy. Yay, meretashi, meretashi. I'll be happy, the good irrational me will be happy, and the cold reasonable me will be happy as well. Yep. Good job, Asya. You solved it. It sure is nice to have a clean conscience. Welp, no need to loaf around here any longer. Guess I better head home. Counterpoint. What if, and bear with me here, what if Ira is actually missing? Despite all odds, there's always a possibility that she's in danger. If there's even the tiniest chance that my report will help in finding her, then that info is worth providing. And if she really did elope with her beloved, then my testimony won't change a thing. It's worthless at worst. I like this music. That's true. So true. If I carefully weigh the pros and cons, that off chance of Ida being in danger and my words being the key to saving her makes for a strong argument. Whoa. My words being the key to saving her. Wow, yeah, that would be so amazing. And then I'd come and visit her in the hospital, and she wouldn't know how to thank me. She'd say, "I shouldn't have." She'd say, "I told you to leave me alone, dummy." But then I'd just shake my head and respond, "It's nothing. I was just doing what I was supposed to." No, I gotta come up with something cooler. I'll need to think about that. Wait, why is she in the hospital? Do I hope Ira ends up in the hospital? Geez, of course not. I don't need my freaking testimony to save her. I hope my testimony is useless because she's already home. Or is calling home, telling her parents how happy she is with the love of her life. That's what I hope for. I just keep having stupid thoughts today. At least I know what I should do now. I've made my decision. Girl, you like went from the most extreme, like the two extremes so quickly. What? I'm going to the teacher's office. All right. All right. Okay. Where was it again? I doubt they expect anyone to come. I'll probably look kind of silly. Wouldn't be the first time. Well, who cares? Walking, walking. Down the staircase to the right, down the hall. There, that's the teacher's office. Oh? A girl. There's a girl standing there right by the door. I think I've seen her before. Is she an upperclassman? Our town is really tiny, and so is our school. If I were a better person, I would know her name. She turns to look at me. I'm not sure what she's expecting, so I nod a little. Is there a queue? A queue? To the office? Oh. Oh no! I'm just waiting for someone. Okay. Hey. What? You're Asya, right? Yes. How did you know? That's kind of a loaded question. How do we know anything? What a response to a very normal question. I mean, it's not like we have lots of faces to remember here. You know me too, right? Asya like, no, I was just having a monologue about it inside of me. Sorry. Really? Gah, that's what I was talking about. It's not that I don't care to remember everyone's names. I just don't know where other people get them from. They say that in tiny cities like this, everyone knows each other, but that's just not true. We learn about the people outside of our immediate circle through gossip or common friends. Hi, first time here, but I absolutely love this game. Hope you also enjoy it. Thank you, Kaylee. I'm loving it so far, even though I'm very early game right now. It's very good. The presentation's top notch. We learn about the people outside of our immediate circle through gossip or common friends. But I haven't made any new ones since the day Tosia left. And gossip... Sure, sometimes I overhear my classmates chatting about this and that. But I don't like listening to them. I don't like their voices, so I try not to pay them too much attention. Wait, when I put it like that, it kind of does sound like my fault. My point is, when people regurgitate that idea of everyone knows everyone, the word everyone doesn't include me. The name's Marina. Oh, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. You got something to share about Grachevskaya? How did you know? What do you mean, how? We had an announcement, same as you. They told us to report to the teachers and all. Ah, I see. For some reason, I thought they only broke the news to us, Ira's classmates. But it makes sense they'd at least give the upperclassmen a heads up, just in case they happen to know her. Which means... You also know something about Ira? Yep. Ah, that's great. So you talked to the teachers already? Sure did. Wow. And what did you tell them? That's between me and the investigation. You can't just spout info like that out in the open, Asya. The walls got ears. Oh. I understand. Sorry. Okay, well, you don't have to apologize. Crap. I'm making an awful first impression. Not only did I not know her name like I was supposed to, but now I look like I don't know the first thing about vigilance. Who am I kidding? I really don't. I'll just go in then. Marina suddenly blocks my path. Haha, no you won't. I'm sorry? You're not telling them anything. She gestures with her finger to the tact of each syllable. Why? Because... A bad feeling stirs up in my chest. Please don't tell me it's gonna be the same thing as my classmates. Is this because I acted rude? I didn't mean to. Well, I never mean to. I just can't help it, can I? We just met and I've already managed to mess everything up. Damn it, damn it, damn it! I desperately search her face for signs of mockery. But, weirdly, I can't find any. I've been waiting for you. Huh? Surprised? Of course I am. No, wait. This has to be some stupid ruse. I'm going to believe this girl and then she'll just laugh in my face about it. I'm serious. Ida told me about you. Really? Yeah. Oh gosh, they talked about me? Wow. I'm shocked Marina is being as friendly as she is, considering the kind of description Ida could give. Wait, does this mean she's a friend of Ida's? For some reason, I never thought about her having any. At least not at school. That was really presumptuous of me. I wonder what Ida is like when she's with friends. I know you saw her yesterday. I figured you'd want to report it, so I ran here as soon as classes ended. I guess it'd be easier to catch you between lessons, but I got so caught up in all of those stupid rumors. It kind of slipped my mind. She knows? But hey, what matters is that it all worked out. So why are you stopping me? Aha! Well... Marina looks around the empty corridor before lowering her voice. If you tell them about yesterday, you'll make everything worse. Huh? Let's not talk about this in front of the office, okay? Come on, let's go. She takes a step back and beckons me with her hand. I'm not sure what she has in mind, but it doesn't seem like a prank. Still. Wait! I know Ida's probably fine, but isn't it better to play it safe? The faster we share all we know with everyone, the... Quiet, you! I just said that we shouldn't talk about this stuff where the adults can hear. Ah! Marina grabs my hand and starts dragging me down the corridor. She's not exactly being quiet, either. All of my stumbled protests sound so weak they might as well be white noise to the other girl. Yes, I spent half the day doubting whether I should report at all. So what? I carefully examined my options and came to my own conclusion. I deserve to see it through. I deserve to testify. Anya, you would be so good in an Ace Attorney case. Hi, are we winning, son? Hello, Ari, welcome in. Yes, we're winning. There is no win condition of this game besides finishing it, as it is basically a book. But I am having fun. So far, it's been a joy. The writing is very funny. Let's see. So to catch the new reviewers up to speed, what's going on is that classmate of the main character, Ida, went missing, and so Asya, the main character, was thinking, oh, I'll go report it to the teachers. But now she's being dragged away by some random girl named Marina to talk about what she knows. Let's see, where was I? But some part of me was relieved that the ultimate choice was made for me. I mean, that silly gut feeling I thought I overcame with reason has come out on top. So there was something to it in the end. So I was right. My heart was right. Sure, I can't actually know that since I'm yet to hear what Marina has to say. But this can't be pure chance, can it? And if it's not, what does it actually hinge on? Did Marina show up because the world needed to stop me for the sake of something more important? Or did Marina show up because I subconsciously wished for something, for anything to stop me? Whatever it was, I guess I don't mind this after all. I need to take a sip of tea. I think I'll stick to the grander narrative angle for the time being. The world bending itself to the will of some worthless gnat is a preposterous idea. She's already pretty interesting, this protagonist. But it wouldn't be the first time for me, would it? And the fact that the world, for any reason, has decided to guide me towards the right path. That's so endlessly sweet. Down the stairs, to the lobby, to the coat room. I don't resist anymore. Marina drags me along, and I can feel my doubt turning to excitement. This is definitely the right path. This girl knows about Ida. I want to know more about Ida, too. The whole wide world wants me to know. Alright. Take another sip while the text is loading. Z.A.T.O, I love the world and everything in it. I wonder if it stands for something. Episode 1? Ooh. Are there multiple episodes? Maybe there aren't, but... I wonder if it's, self-contained episodes. What the hell is your problem? Everyone is looking from Ira to Garin to the chair that just crashed on the floor next to the boy, barely missing him. Oh my gosh. Huh? Grachevskaya, the fuck? Is she insane? Somebody call the teacher. Not paying any mind to the commotion that has filled the classroom, Ida storms towards Garin. Her face is contorted with rage. Before he can react, she rips the notepad from his hand and slams it on my desk. I hastily grab onto it. Read that again, and I'll kick your teeth in. Z.A.T.O isn't an acronym. It's a Russian term for a closed city. Oh! I learned something new today! Wow! Thank you. Thank you for that, Kaylee. Huh? Are you nuts? Ira doesn't respond. She just glares at him, then turns around and stomps back to her desk. The classmates who were caught up in a laughing fit just a moment ago are now watching her in silent bewilderment. They scoot out of her way as she retrieves her bag, then heads towards the door. Also, I'm a bit late in saying this. Forgive my amateur voice acting. I think it's fun, so I'm doing it. Crazy bitch. She ignores him. Grachevskaya, where are you going? Bump. Hey! Ira forcefully pushes past the teacher. Grachevskaya, what? What do you think you're doing? Your parents will hear about this. Her threat falls on deaf ears. Everyone knew Grachevskaya. She's always been like that, I think. No, not throwing chairs around. Ida had no regard for the rules that everyone's supposed to follow. I guess they call someone like her a problem child. Her parents got a lot of flack for it. It's only normal in a town like ours. Not just because of its small size, but because of its, let's say, exclusivity. Vorkuta 5 prides itself on its virtually non-existent crime rate. That's the natural consequence of nobody being allowed to enter or exit without a permit. You're lucky to be here, to have a salary higher than the national average, to have access to goods people in the neighboring towns can't even dream of. Few get afforded such a privilege. Last time I checked, our population hasn't even hit 6,000. So, when someone like Ida appears on this tiny society's radar, she's not just seen as a delinquent. She's a puzzling stain on a community that's meant to be spotless. Like a weed that sprouted in a painstakingly maintained flower garden. Of course, it's not as if she had appeared out of thin air. It's all in the family, they say. The blame falls on the people responsible. That is, on Ida's parents. And questions begin to arise. Why is Grachevsky's daughter behaving like this? Is there trouble at home? Do they believe this is acceptable? Do they not teach her discipline? Do they not understand how fortunate they are? They've been granted so much, yet they can't do the bare minimum in raising their own child. Do they really want to be here? Do we want them to be here? I've heard a lot of talks like that. I've heard more after Ida threw the chair at Garin. I didn't get why. Everyone was just having fun. And it was my fault for bringing the notebook anyway. I was hoping to write a little in the library when school was done, but my bag slipped and all of the contents scattered on the floor. Of course they'd get curious about it. Of course they'd want to read the silly things I wrote. It's not a big deal. It's not like I've ever taken poetry or drawing very seriously. Those are just fun distractions, nothing more. If people laugh, well, what's it matter to me? I couldn't wrap my head around it. I couldn't, but I still wanted to thank Ida somehow. She rarely shows up to school. And even when she does, she can just leave at random. I couldn't get a hold of her for a long time because of that. Well, that, and also I was really scared. Ida has never as much as looked at me. Even when she lashed out at Garin, it was like I weren't even there. I feel like it should be I wasn't, but maybe I don't know anything about grammar. But 2 weeks after the incident, it finally happened. We crossed paths. I went to the bathroom during some lesson. I think it was math. I came in through the door. And there she was, blowing white smoke through the half-open window. Oh, these CGs are nice. I didn't even know she was at school. Oh, hi. Ida shot me a disinterested look. Hi. I awkwardly scuttled past her to one of the stalls. After closing the door, I realized I was so nervous I couldn't do any of my business. So, I just sat there, thinking about how I should approach her. It's not like I had some long conversation or formalities in mind. I just wanted to say thanks. In theory, it should have been easy. But wouldn't that make me look like a weirdo too? Assuming she did all of that for me. That would just make me look self-centered. I had no idea how much time had passed while I was in the stall. Maybe 5 minutes, maybe 20 seconds. But when I heard what sounded like her getting off the windowsill, I swung open the door. Wait! Huh? I froze up. She stood next to the window, bag in hand. The cold draft wafted through her hair. I had to say something. I got this rare chance. The world gave me this rare chance to tell her what I wanted. But what am I supposed to say? Thank you? After I just tumbled out of a toilet stall? What? She raised an eyebrow. I just stood there with my mouth helplessly open, as if I'd just gone mute, as if every word in the Russian dictionary got wiped from my brain. Whatever. No, come back. No, wait! Please. I took a step towards her, and she jolted away like I were a leper. I didn't know what I should say or ask. I just knew I had to say something, even if it was the first thing that popped to mind. What? What the hell do you want? Isn't it cold? Huh? The windowsill? When you sat smoking there, right by the window, I thought, weren't you cold like that? Huh? She blinks. Not really. Maybe a little. Ah, thought so. Anything else? No. I mean, yes, I'm sorry that you got in trouble. Huh? Well, I heard you got into a lot of trouble after that. You know, when Garin read my stupid poetry. I'm sorry for that. She eyed me for several seconds, which to me felt like an eternity. She then sighed and slowly flipped her hair back. And why are you apologizing? That had nothing to do with you. Huh? Well, I guess not. His voice was getting on my nerves. I see. I looked down at the tiled floor. I knew that was the case, of course. It's not like I was hoping Ira jumped in to defend my honor or any of the sort. I'm not gay. I wanted to thank her regardless of intent, but no matter how hard I thought and tried to word it, everything just came out sounding awkward or wrong. Why does this always happen? The soles of her boots squeaked against the floor. She spun around and walked towards the door, and this time I made no attempt to stop her. Your poetry isn't stupid. Huh? Slam. I stood there, dumbfounded. Did she just say that? Did I hear it right? Your poetry isn't stupid. Does that mean she likes it? Ira likes my poetry? Ida Grachevskaya? The bell rang and snapped me out of my short-term stupor. I shook my head. Right, I needed to get back to the classroom. I doubted Ira was going to be at the next lesson. I washed my hands from nothing in particular. I'm taking a minute to like absorb that scene. Okay. Interesting. Hold on. Let me think. I don't have too much intelligent commentary right now, but it's only been an hour technically. So I'm gonna see where this goes. I have thoughts, but not well formed yet. Weeks passed. My life didn't exactly change. Could this be the start of something eerie? It might be. It might be. I went to school the same way. I sat through the lessons, then went to the store, then to the library for a walk, and then when it got dark, I headed home. Day after day. Huh? My notebook. I just left to get a snack from the cafeteria. Where did it go? Oh, Shubina. We borrowed your homework for a second. You don't mind, right? It's fine. Thanks. By the way, is this supposed to be you? He lifts a scrap of paper up to me. Oh no. I forgot I left it in there. No. It's just a drawing. Yeah? You sure? Really looks like you if you were pretty. It's not me. Whatever you say. I feel the same. I'm just invested. Yeah, I'm so curious about where this is going. Sometimes my classmates joked around with me. Whenever that happened, my thoughts involuntarily drifted to Ida. She still attended classes, albeit irregularly. She always vanished during breaks. I don't know where to, and I wouldn't dare ask. Something told me she'd say, "None of your business," if I did. And she'd be right. But even so, I kept imagining those scenarios in my head. Not just when I was being laughed at. I started doing it when I was walking home from school, or to the store, or just wandering the streets, killing time. I kept thinking about how funny it would be if I bumped into Ida. I thought how interesting it would be if we talked. I even tried to stay out longer. I started to take new routes. It's embarrassing to think about it now. But... Ida. She just walked past me in the corridor. Not even a nod or not even a look in my direction. I guess I don't exactly stand out in a crowd, but... No, it's my fault for mumbling. I should have spoken louder, even though it took all of my courage just to muster that much. Even though I definitely think she should have heard it. She's down kind of bad. This poor girl. This poor girl. She doesn't even realize. Hey, Vadim. What? Remember when I gave you 50 kopecks? Can I have it back? Huh? 50 kopecks? When was that again? Last Friday. Jesus. You remember things like that? Can I have it back? Man, I don't even remember taking it. You sure you're not making this up? Maybe you gave it to someone else. Gotta kill this guy. I'm, like, reaching through my screen. No, it was you. Jeez, I don't freaking know. It's half a ruble, Shubina. Who gives a shit? Yeah, why do you care so much? So petty. You probably just lost it or something. We gotta blow this guy up. I'm, like, sending my nukes to this guy's destination. Get blown up now. My eyes keep snapping to the doorway. It's empty, of course. What am I waiting for? Even if she showed up, what would she do? Mug him in front of everyone? That would be really funny. Hey, stop thinking that. Maybe he really did forget. Who knows? I really shouldn't be upset. It's not that much. You could go grocery shopping with that, but it's not the end of the world. I'm not exactly starving. Go, my psionic chat warriors. Kill Vadim now. Lately, I've been eating too much junk anyways. Yeah. Maybe if I eat less of this stuff, my skin will clear up. That'd be nice. Oh, I feel that. I feel that, girl. Asya, you don't use makeup at all, right? No, I don't. We're not allowed to, though. What are you saying? They allowed it last year. Really? Nobody's gonna send you home for it. Oh, that's good, I guess. These girls rarely talk to me. They're usually pretty nice, though. At least when they're not joking along with the guys. I think one of them likes Vadim. She laughs a lot whenever he says anything to me. I suppose we have very different senses of humor. I think you're just not an asshole, Asya. You're literally just not even mean. You are not mean to people. Just a little bit, like, detached, but I don't think that's a bad thing. But you never tried it before, yeah? Makeup? No, never. Seriously? You're like 15 already. 14. My YouTube says it's not responding. Chat, if you guys can still hear me, give me a thumbs up, okay? Same thing. You gotta learn to do it at some point. I hope it's all okay. Anyway, I will continue playing as normal. I got the notification again and I got scared. You're still good? That's good. Just, yeah, say something if there's any issues with the stream. Same thing. You gotta learn to do it at some point, especially with that complexion. Well, I'm not really... Hey, how about we help you out? Brief skip and some frame drops, but it's fine again. Okay. I don't know why it does this. I guess I'll figure it out at some point. Hopefully next stream I'll have it sorted out. Huh? Yeah, just some light makeup. You'll see what it's like. I don't know. Come on, it's gonna be fun. Yeah, you're gonna love it. Alright, but... Yay! Come here then. Hi, Ren! This is a very chill reading stream, so I'm just kind of reading out loud. Okay, I think it cleared up now. Oh my god. It needs to stop doing that, because when I was streaming Wandersong yesterday, or like Uma Musume, and I got the not receiving enough data notification, I got worried. I don't think people do unpleasant things on purpose. Nobody wakes up in the morning with the goal to make somebody feel bad. I really believe that. If someone is doing something hurtful, they don't fully understand it. So, I shouldn't wish bad things on people who don't really know they're being mean. Asya, I hate to say this, but sometimes people do unpleasant things on purpose. I'm sorry. I shouldn't wish for Ira to appear and interrupt them, or to scream at them, or punish them, or anything. I can still hear everyone laughing as I run out to the corridor. I'm covering my face. I don't need any teacher seeing me like that. At least the toilet's close so I can wash this mess off quickly. I should stop falling for these pranks, but... Sorry! I lift my face up without thinking. Oh no. The hell? Ira jerks away from me. I can't blame her. I must look like an insane person. Yeah, I look awful. God, I can't handle her looking at me like that. I'm sorry. Huh? I run past her. Run. I just need to get to the restroom. I just need to wash it off. Yeah, sadly some of the people are just bad. Yeah. It's like... sociologically, I think that people are driven to make bad choices on purpose by their circumstances. But I think Asya's perspective that no one does unpleasant things without, like, no one does unpleasant things intentionally is, like, way too generous. I'm sorry, girl. Some people are just cruel. After about a month, reality had dawned on me. I kept telling myself that Ira's actions had nothing to do with me. She told me that much, and in no uncertain terms. She said that, and I kept repeating it again, and again, and again, and again. But I didn't believe it. On some level, I still held on to the faint hope that Ira pitied me, that she cared about me for God knows what reason. No, really, what was the reason? Her lashing out at a classmate she found annoying, one who just so happened to make fun of me? Her not joining in? Her telling me she liked my writings? She didn't even say that much. She said they weren't stupid. Oi. 3 coins clink against my desk. 20, 20, 10. So he remembered. There. Thanks for the unforgettable night. Everyone around erupts in snickers. Hey, you're a cheap deal. You free later? Hahaha. Very funny. Oh, please, Shubina, get a sense of humor. Your face is dragging down the class morale. Haha, that's right. You're doing us all a disservice. Think of your classmates for once. We gotta kill this guy. We gotta blow this guy up. I let myself believe something would change. I thought about it as if I deserved it. As if I didn't have it good enough before. As if my life had any real problems. Oh, Asya, please. Oh, Asya. What happened to you to make you like this? Hold on, I'm gonna save really quick. Asya. She really feels like she doesn't have any agency. Oh, God. I was just being greedy, plain and simple. Getting my hopes up over some silly coincidence. It's all so stupid, I can't help but laugh. Ah ha ha. But that's okay. I know better now. I was being ridiculous. It's shameful to admit to, but, better late than never, right? I got a little too caught up in my own little world. And hey, even if they didn't amount to anything, I can still appreciate those little encounters with Ira for what they were. Brief but wonderful moments. I could reminisce fondly about the one time I lucked out and saw Garin all scared and confused. Or that one time somebody gave my work a compliment, backhanded as it was. Oh, I can read. I could do that. Everyone does that. Everyone has those little things that they look back on with a smile. It's beautiful in its own way, is it not? Our whole lives are a series of episodes, both good and bad. It doesn't matter if they grow into a bigger story, because each moment has a lot of merit of its own. It's something I should learn to be content with. It's something I've been perfectly content with until now. Until I decided that what I had wasn't enough. Speaking objectively, what is there to complain about? No, seriously. I live in the prettiest part of our vast country. I have a comfortable roof over my head, and even my own room. I have 2 living parents. I have wonderful hobbies to enjoy, paper to write on, books to read, TV to watch. I buy myself treats almost every day after I'm done with school. I have good grades, and teachers tell me I have great potential. My classmates also recognize how studious I am. I help them with their studies when they ask me to. That's right! I've got classmates that I can always talk to, guys I can laugh along with, even if their jokes don't always land. Even if my sense of humor isn't the best. All of this. I have all of this. Right here, right now. Everything that a girl my age could ever ask for. So why did I act as if that weren't enough? Why the hell did I... You idiot! Huh? What? Why the hell do you always go along with some bullshit? I'm so... Ira looks like she's going to slap me, but instead swings her boot against a snow hill. She then turns to me and starts roughly swiping clumps of snow stuck to my coat. My whole body feels slightly numb. When I start to speak, my voice comes out weaker than expected. Ida, how did you know I was here? Doesn't matter. I heard that asshole Garin giggling about it. Can you stand? Yeah? I clumsily get up. My limbs feel rigid. I know you shouldn't sit on concrete when it's cold. I wouldn't, normally. But there was nowhere else to sit near the school's back entrance, and my legs were starting to get tired. I half-heartedly shake the snow off my skirt and tights. The flakes fall gently on the ground below. I look at Ida. Her face is... Huh. The word concern flashed in my head, but I've already learned I'm no good at judgments like that. I shouldn't be presumptuous. It's a bad habit of mine. I shouldn't flatter myself. I shouldn't. But the question escapes before I manage to cut myself short. So why are you here? What do you mean, why? I told you, Garin was bragging about slipping you that stupid letter. No, that's not what I'm talking about. Well, this doesn't have anything to do with you, does it? I think I delivered that wrong, but it's okay. As soon as I say that out loud, I realize I messed up. I really did. Now she's going to punch me. Ira's gonna punch me for real. She's going to punch me and then never speak to me again. I don't even say sorry, I just brace myself for the incoming blow. Physical, verbal, I don't care. I've earned it. No, not really. It doesn't concern me at all. It's just annoying. Is that so? Yeah. He pissed me off. And you pissed me off too. I don't freaking get you. You knew it wasn't real. There's no way you believed that, right? Right? I didn't believe it. I'm not that stupid. I looked down at the moist and crumpled letter I forgot I was still holding. It's the oldest trick in the book. A love letter prank? Really? Who would fall for that? I stare at the shriveled up piece of paper and something about its whole existence feels extremely sad to me. You wanna burn it? Huh? I have matches. Oh. No, thanks. It's wet anyway. I fold the letter and shove it into my pocket. It'll get damp inside, but I don't care. I can't throw it away. A fake confession is still a confession in the end. Those words didn't choose to be written insincerely. It's okay. Even if this whole thing isn't real. I met Ira today. Ira came. After all these weeks of praying, Ira came. Thank you. I smile at her. Even after I said I had come to terms with it. No, right as I was saying it to you, to myself, to the world, I knew that I was lying. I couldn't throw away that last dumb scrap of hope I had. That small, involuntary thought that crept into my mind whenever I felt slightly lonelier than usual. Even if it took so long, she finally came. I didn't do anything, really. Flustered. Ira's flustered. Is she flustered? Really? That's cute. That's just so cute. What's with you? Right. I'm grinning like an idiot. Sorry. I'm fine. Whatever. I'm going home. Huh? Already? Ira gives me a quick once-over. You... take care. Yeah. Okay. Bye-bye. We wave at each other, and I watch her disappear behind the corner. I hesitate. Maybe I shouldn't. It feels like there's still so much I want to say to her. I don't know what or why, but I just know that it's a lot. I turn and walk a couple of steps in the direction of my home. No. Changed my mind. I run back. Crap, my legs are still so stiff. I turn the same corner Ida passed not even a minute ago. And she's already gone. I sigh. The snow here isn't deep enough to leave clear footprints. Not that I'd be desperate enough to follow. Why does she always leave in such a rush? My mind, guys, is like going a mile a minute. Life can be so good or bad. True. This has proven that life is full of so many good and bad experiences. Oh my god. Asya. I love the way she keeps downplaying her own struggles. I think just because, like, I guess she sort of trained herself to not see everyone bullying her as an actual form of suffering, even though she's clearly being targeted and bullied. Like, girl, you need to be aware of what they're doing to you. Man, it's okay. My life didn't exactly change. I went to school the same way. I sat through the lessons, then went to the store, then to the library for a walk, and then, when it got dark, I headed home. Day after day. Asya's confidence issues are bringing back memories. Me too. I think primarily because I struggled with something that Asya's going through here, where she doesn't want to presume people's feelings, but in doing so, she also doesn't leave any room to assume that people like her or have positive feelings about her, right? And this is a problem I had, where for a long time I didn't want to impose, like, my own perceptions of what people saw me as onto them. And as a result, people kind of just ended up becoming a black box to me, where I didn't really think, like, oh, if I don't assume what other people are thinking about me, then I can't assume they dislike me. but I also close myself off to the possibility that they like me or that they are having positive thoughts about me. And that's something here with Asya and Ira that I'm really like, I need to squeeze her. Hello, I am me. Welcome in. So yeah, I'm kind of blowing myself up seeing it put into words like this. Sometimes my classmates joked around with me. Whenever that happened, my thoughts involuntarily drifted to Ida. She still attended classes, albeit irregularly. She always vanished during breaks. I don't know where to, and I wouldn't dare ask. Something told me she'd say, "None of your business," if I did. And she'd be right. But even so, I kept imagining those scenarios in my head. Somehow I wouldn't acknowledge my bullies as bullies. That's also very familiar. Yeah, you know, let's see. Recently I was talking to my family about some experiences I had growing up in elementary and middle school, and I feel like I never really considered it to be bullying just because it wasn't, like, consistent. But I do think that probably the way some people teased me and just in general treated me, even if it wasn't like a consistent pattern of bullying, it was like not okay. And I guess I gave people too much benefit of the doubt at that time. But even so, I kept imagining those scenarios in my head. Not just when I was being laughed at. I did it when I was walking home from school or to the store or just wandering the streets killing time. I kept thinking about how funny it would be if I bumped into Ida. I thought how interesting it would be if we talked. I even tried to stay out longer. I started to take new routes. And as naive as it was to behave that way, I kept doing it. Again and again. Walking and walking. Praying and praying. Do you assholes ever shut up? Huh? Ugh, this bitch. Nobody saw Ira enter the class. Everyone was too busy whistling and laughing. And she caught me in a really dumb pose. Well, that's on me. I wouldn't have chosen Dare if I knew she'd see me like that. Though, choosing truth when playing with these guys, I'm not sure what's worse. Oh well. I'm saying all this, but I got what was coming to me. I chose to embarrass myself, and as I did so, I kept begging, wishing as hard as I could for Ida to appear. And, okay, I'm sure, like, this is a very unoriginal thought, by the way, but the whole thing where Asya is hoping for someone to save her from her own lack of agency is, like, it's reminding me a bit of Utena for those who have watched it, because the kind of ending that what is her name? Anthe kind of comes, the kind of like conclusion that Anthe comes to in that show is that she also has to make the step to leave her abusive environment to seize her own agency. I'm not saying it's like a one-to-one thing, but that's what it keeps reminding me of, that Asya just keeps waiting and waiting for maybe someone to just save her and like stand up for her because she doesn't feel like she can do that on her own. Or maybe she's not allowed to do that on her own. Wow, I have so many thoughts. Okay, back to reading. And so she did. And now, despite the overwhelming shame, I feel so happy that I might explode. Ira walks to her desk, barely paying me a passing glance. All the boys skirt out of her way. Only Garin doesn't. Move. Nah. What's the rush? Come play with us too. Huh? Dude, you serious? Come on, have some fun for a change. Look, Shubina's having fun. Right, Shubina? Please don't look. Yes. See? Ira doesn't flinch. I need to do Utena sometime. Yeah, I recommend it. I think that it's been a very like influential work just in general. When you watch it, I think you start to see like its influence in a lot of different genres. Even if it's called like magical girl anime, I feel like it's more than that. Out of my way. Or what? Gonna throw a chair at me? Oh god, don't say that, Vadim. Ira's like, I might. I just might, you stupid bitch. To everyone's surprise, Ida calmly puts her bag on the nearest desk. She starts digging through it without saying a word. Garin lets out an awkward chuckle. What? Got a grenade in there or something? She looks at him. What are... Whoa! Garin jumps back, bumping into another student. What the fuck? Everyone shifts away. What was that? Huh? What the hell? You. Something silvery shines in Ira's hand. It's a bow compass. Is that... You serious? She doesn't say anything. The room fills with low murmurs that quickly turn to jeers. Psycho, nutcase, crazy bitch. Ira lowers the compass and makes her way to her desk looking unbothered. It's just like the last time. Ira saves me without acknowledging my existence. Oh, Asya. Maybe some onlookers. No, most people will think she didn't plan on helping me at all. And that's what I'm inclined to think as well. Yet, my unreasonable heart is still elated, and I'm getting some really silly thoughts. The 2 times when Ira lashed out at Garin were the 2 times she saw him laughing at my expense. That can't be a coincidence, right? Of course it can. It was only 2 times. 2 times and weeks apart. You'd be an idiot to think otherwise. Yeah, I guess you're right. It's the only logical train of thought. I should agree. I would agree. If only... I didn't do anything, really. If only Ira didn't show up that day. It's been 2 weeks since then, and I haven't stopped replaying that moment in my mind. Over and over and over and over and over. I didn't get sad about Ira ignoring me at school or anywhere anymore. Because in that moment, I got all the justification I could ask for. It was everything that I could have hoped for. But I'm still a very greedy person. Asya, you have never demonstrated, want for anything so far. I feel like you're allowed to have a little crush. You're allowed to have a little bit of fantasizing. It's okay. I'm, putting my hand on her shoulders. Oh, no. It's still not good enough. I still keep looking for her when I'm out. It's almost ridiculous how hard it can be to catch a person in a town this small. So at some point I started to wonder. I saw my classmates regularly just out and about, strolling along the main street, at the courtyards, at the community center, at the store, at the cafe. They weren't hard to run into. But it was as if Ira spent all of her free time at home. Which could be the case, but didn't sound like something she would do. Get out of your brain, girl. She literally can't. This is a visual novel. We need to have a protagonist who spends all of their time in their head for this sort of genre. Not genre, this medium, sorry. From what I heard and could assume, she didn't have the best relationship with her parents. Spending hours on end in a home like that every day. No, I really doubt that. The other, more probable option was that she preferred the outskirts. Maybe she didn't want to be bothered? That sounded like her. Well, despite that being highly likely, I was hoping to do just that, bother the heck out of her. I felt almost brave about it. Ira could totally get pissed. She could push me away. She could even attack me. Are you excited about that? Whoa! Are you happy about that? We got some Noelle Deltarune psychology going on in here, guys. But for some reason, I really didn't think she would. My breath halted. Oh, hey. Hi! The vents near the Research Institute expel hot air. Nobody really goes here, aside from the staff coming out for a smoke. I never ran into any, but the ground here is littered with cigarette butts, so that's a safe bet in my book. Why is Ida here, of all places? Again? How many times can you buy into stupid pranks? They seriously sent you all the way here. What? No! I didn't get any letters after that. I'm just taking a stroll. A stroll? Here? Yes? Okay. Ira gives me an incredulous look. Do you, smoke? No, I don't. Why? It's a smoking area. Yeah, I know that. You want to try then? Huh? Smoking? No, thank you. Okay. She shrugs. Awkward start. I can't let it end here. I need to just... And what about you, Ida? What about me? Why are you here? Were you at the Institute? Yeah. Something like that. Something like that? My mom works here. She forgets her lunch sometimes. Oh. Oh! You bring her lunch? That's what I said. That's so sweet. Huh? I mean, it's really nice you look out for your mom. It's whatever. It's not. I know it's not. With all I've heard about her family, the fact that she still goes out of her way like that, it's really amazing. The thought of doing something like that for my parents has never crossed my mind. I mean, if I were told to deliver something, I would. But Ida's different. She wouldn't do something just because she was ordered to. She'd have to really care about it. Oh, crap. That proves it. Ida and I weren't cut from the same cloth. When I spend my days looking for excuses to stave off the minute I have to come home, Ida is cooking, packing lunch, and carrying it to the edge of town. Me when I write fic about my crush in my head because I don't actually know anything about her. I mean, not that I don't, like, think this is within Ira's wheelhouse. I'm just also like, you are kind of making assumptions again, Asya. That goes against everything I've ever heard. But it makes so much sense. Well, maybe it's true. I just also am like, with visual novels, I'm always like wary about narrators and whether or not they're reliable. And I'm like, Asya's so in her own head that I'm not 100% sure if she's making the correct judgment. That's why I never see her on the street. That's why she doesn't have time to sit at the cafe. That's why she doesn't idle away at the community center. That's why she's such a caring person. That's why I'm such a piece of trash. Oh, come on, Asya. Not the conclusion I want you to draw. Come on. No. She only said her mom forgets her lunches sometimes. Lunches are prepared in advance. It doesn't take long to get to the Institute, even if you walk from the other side of town. Yes, that's true. She'd still have plenty of spare time. This doesn't work. This explanation doesn't work. Girl? Are you good? Why are we, like, Morgan of the Devil moding right now? the scary red vision. Oh, God. Alright. Ida walks back into the building. I'm so nervous. I know there's supposed to be, like, one jump scare in this, but I'm sorry if I scream, by the way. Whenever that happens. 'Cause I had to look up, like, a trigger warning at some point. Just to be sure. And they were like, oh, there's like one jump scare, but otherwise it's fine. I'm like, oh, okay. She's just thinking. Okay. I hope so. Do I really need an explanation? It's none of my business. I'm not so delusional as to believe we're close enough to share something like that. That'd be nice, but it's not how things work. Things work like this. When Ira's in the room, Garin doesn't talk to me as much. When she isn't, I wish she would be. Your friend's not here today. Who? Who do you think? Oh, she's not really my friend. Your pitbull, then? Pitbull? Hey, that's spot on. You can't make a harmless joke around that chick without her throwing a conniption fit. It's annoying as shit. Gotta kill this guy. They think we're friends? Well, not really, but looks like they've picked up on it. On Ira reacting like that to me being used as a laughingstock. So it wasn't just me? It's not just my wishful thinking? That's nice to hear, even if I still don't know for sure. It's the most comforting thing I've heard out of Garin's mouth to date. At least she bravely shows up. Yeah, they'll probably kick her out before New Year's with that attendance record. Good riddance. That's right. Ira can't possibly be meeting the minimal attendance requirements. I don't know about her grades, but... Wait, I don't think they can expel her. Huh? Why not? We're the only school in town. Where else is she going to go? Damn. Good point. Well, her parents can just send her away. You mean to another town? Yeah. To a relative or something. No! Oh man, now that you say that, everyone pretend to be surprised when that happens. Ha ha ha. No, 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 no. I hate how they're right. I hate that I can see that happening. Everyone talks about it, how Ira's a nuisance to her household. It's been like that for a long time. But still, she forgets her lunch sometimes. That can't happen. No, it can't, it can't, it can't. It's not fair, it's not fair, it's not fair. They can't send her away. She can't go. She's so nice. She cares. She does. Maybe not for me, but for her family. Why would they send her away? That's just too cruel. They can't do that. If they do, then it'll all be over. What'll all be over, Asya? If they do, then I won't... You won't what, Asya? She starts picking her up, throws her at a wall. We just started. I don't know what, but I can't even call it talking. I don't know what it is, but that doesn't matter. Even if she just tolerates me, even if she doesn't want anything to do with me, I don't care. This can't happen. This physically cannot happen. I raise my head and look out through the window. The snow is falling lightly on the yard. The dark pine branches sway under its weight. The long gray clouds glide placidly across the tundra. Far past the fences, past the mountain ridge, so far away that I can't picture it. So far away that my mind circles twice around the earth and comes back to the spot I'm sitting in. This world is way too gentle. It's been too kind to an ungrateful brat like me. So if I earn this world's good graces, why can't a person so much more deserving do the same? What does a person like that have to do? And is there anything that I can do? A bird flies past the window. Ira. What? I'm really using up all of my luck these days. Ira sits smoking in the girl's bathroom, just like she did when I first talked to her. Some snowflakes blow into the room and stick in her hair. It's gotten colder. Maybe you shouldn't sit so close. I know you don't like going to class as much, but you can really get kicked out like that. Is that why you came here? To tell me that? I know that. I'm not stupid. I don't think you are. Do you just really not care? Everyone says that you'll get sent away, that your parents will send you to live with a relative. Is that true? Probably, yeah. Of course it's true. I knew it was true when I asked the question. Maybe if you just cleaned up, if you stop skipping now, then maybe you won't have to go. And if you're having a hard time with studies, I can help. We could go to the library or something and then... There's 1 month left. It's not gonna work. I get it. My voice is shaking. It's better if I keep staring at my shoes. It's okay. That's about what I expected. Of course I knew it's pointless to cram at this point. It was just an excuse. A selfish ploy to get some scraps of Ira's time before she goes. I wonder, did I do the same when Tosia moved away? It's only been 3 years, but now that I think back to it, it's all so hazy. I was a very different person then, I'm sure. At least I probably didn't humiliate myself like this. Hey. Thanks. No, I didn't do anything. It was a dumb suggestion. It was nice of you. Nice. Right. She doesn't know. She thinks I'm doing this out of the kindness of my heart. It's just not fair. She really is too good of a person. Are you not going to the toilet? Oh, actually, since you're here, have you seen anyone hiding a diary nearby? Diary? Yes. You know, the one we use for classes. Maybe you've seen something like that lying around? Ira's expression darkens. Don't worry, we were just playing a game. I guess the guys got a little carried away. I checked the whole class and the corridors. It's probably somewhere really obvious, but I'm just no good at that kind of stuff. When I hid Igor's pencil case, they found it right away. She throws a cigarette butt out the window and hops off the windowsill. Without saying a word, Ira storms past me, but I grab onto the edge of her dress just as she's about to leave. Wait! I said it's fine. We were playing a game. Really. Please, don't get into more trouble because of me. I wasn't going to. Huh? I have an idea where it is. It was Garin, right? No, Shurikov. Same difference. She walks out to the corridor. I tag behind. I'm not sure what place Ira has in mind, but it becomes immediately clear when she makes a sharp turn to the right. Wait, serious? She swings open the door to the boys' restroom and loudly marches in. I was also thinking this because I was like, this would be the meanest thing they could do to Asya. Ah! Some poor guy tumbles out, almost colliding with me. Ah! Sorry! We're sorry! He turns and shakes his head at me in disbelief. I mean, what's there to say? I follow Ira to the bathroom. The smell is so much worse in this one. I look around and see Ira's hand reaching above one of the stalls. Ah, there it is. My diary. Right by the tiny window at the top. Ira steps on the toilet bowl. Please be careful. I'm fine. She grabs onto the flush tank secured way above. Then, using it as an anchor, she reaches for the windowsill. Catch. Pop. I clasp the diary in my hands. It's really been here all along. I look up at Ira, who's now awkwardly trying to get down. Wow, Thank you. Yeah. What? Oh. Ira almost loses her balance, but jumps just in time. The bowl makes a loud clang as she hops off. Whoa. Are you okay? Yeah. Let's get out of here. You think it's broken? Dunno. I didn't see anything. Huh? But... why would I be in a men's toilet? Gross. Ah, I see. Thank you again. Mm-hmm. How did you know it would be in the boys' room? You think Shurik would go into the ladies' room? No. I suspected they put it there. I just didn't have the courage to enter. You can't keep doing this. That's what I'm saying. I know. I should have checked there from the start, instead of running around the whole school like not what she meant. No, you can't keep going along with it. It was just a game. It wasn't. No, really. We were just playing around. Bullshit. You know damn well what they're doing. They're not your friends. I never said they were. Then why don't you tell them to piss off? For once in your life. I can't. You like being a victim that much? It won't get any better if you keep doing this. It'll only get worse. It's not that bad. I'm clutching my head right now. I'm clutching my head because Asya seriously thinks so low of herself she can't even register that this is wrong. And I wouldn't. I can't. I can't just say something like that to them. I'm sorry. Why the hell not? Well, it wouldn't be right, and for the love of... It's not like I never tried it before, but when I say something, they just make fun of me, and nothing changes. So freaking what? Who cares what they say? Just don't bother with them. I'm not like you. I can't just do that. I can't act like I don't care when everybody's laughing. I can't look people in the eye like that. When I go along with it, at least they talk to me. And I know you're okay on your own, but I... So what's your plan? Huh? That's it? You're gonna spend the next 3 years like that? Seriously. She exhales sharply. She doesn't even look annoyed anymore. I get that. I'm also disappointed in myself. Asya. Yes? You know I'm leaving soon. That's right. That's right. I understand what she's getting at. The unspoken rule Garin and his friends have been sticking to, holding themselves back when Ida's around. The real cowardly reason I'm so terrified of her going away. I don't know what to do. Why can't I stop? The hand she's been dealt is much worse than mine, but here I am, whining and clinging to her like a leech. I should be the one helping. I should be the one telling Ida to get her act together. And yet, I can't think of a single thing to give her. Write me a poem. Huh? A poem. Why? What kind of question is that? 'Cause I like them. Oh, really? You like them? You liked my poems? Why else would I ask? Thank you very much. I mean, yes, of course. I'll write one. Do you want it to be about something, or maybe in a specific meter? I don't care. Anything. Alright. I'll think of something then. I'll try. Yeah, you do that. Oh my god. Ida checks her wristwatch. I gotta go. See you around, I guess. Already? Yeah. Alright. See you around. She waves her hand and leaves. I watch her walking down the empty corridor. Empty. I've really stayed in school for way too long. The shadows stretch along the hallway, tall and dark. My heart's pounding. I should get going too. Oh my god. I'm gonna step away for like 2 seconds to refill my tea. Hold on. Oh my god. Alright, tea is refilled. Let me get a sip again. Asya, you gotta do something. You gotta write her the best poem she's ever seen in her entire life. Okay? I'm shaking her by the shoulders right now. My life didn't exactly change. I went to school the same way, sat through the lessons, then went to the store, then to the library, or for a walk. And then when it got dark, I headed home. Day after day. Sometimes my classmates joked around with me. Whenever that happened, my thoughts involuntarily drifted to Ida. She still attended classes. She vanished during breaks. I never asked for her to. I kept imagining scenarios in my head. I really like these... I don't know what to call them. These kind of like punctuating scenes in between like big events where Asya's reflecting on stuff and how her life isn't really changing. I just think it's cool. And seeing the way her mental state's also changing because the narration's different than the last 2 times. I kept imagining scenarios in my head, not just when I was being laughed at. I did it when I was walking home from school or to the store or just wandering the streets killing time. I kept thinking about how funny it would be if I bumped into Ida, thought how interesting it would be if we talked. I even tried to stay out longer, started to take new routes. And as naive as it was to behave that way, I kept doing it. Ah! Oh. Ida! Hi! What are you doing here? Ida points to her cigarette. Oh no, I mean, what are you doing at the center? Came to return some books. Oh, so you go to the library. Oh, so you go places and you have a life, even though I really never see you outside of school. Wow, my theory of mind is so expanded right now. What were you reading? Stuff. You don't want to say. You won't like it. Huh? Why not? Ira looks like she's really weighing down the pros and cons of exposing me to her taste in literature. Wait, I want to take a screenshot of this because I think it's a funny line. Okay, screenshot officially taken. You are a person who has a presence in the world. Wow, I can't believe that that Ida has hobbies outside of going to school and being a miscreant. Did she read something she shouldn't? Maybe she thinks it's too dark or crass for someone like me. That's kind of unfair though, isn't it? You know, the other week I finished The Plague by Camus. Wait, no. Yeah, Camus. I feel like I'm pronouncing that wrong for some reason. Because in Japanese, it's Kamu. So I don't actually know what the right pronunciation is. Anyway, never read it. It's about a physician trying to save a town from an epidemic. It's very visceral, but I enjoyed it a lot. I should actually read some of his books. Not sure if I agree with the message, though. Yeah? What was it? It was, basically it's that evil is an inherent part of life. You can try warding it off, but it'll never be for good. And even if you do good things in times of crisis, there'll always be some greater force spiking your guns. Yeah, sounds about right. Huh? I guess there are some okay people in the world, but there's a lot more dirtbags. Really? That's a pretty depressing way to look at it. That's how it is. I don't know if I agree. At least I've never met someone I'd call a dirtbag. Ira's like, all the images of Asia's bullies are flashing into her mind right now. Pathologic moment. That's a game that I really should check out. I've heard some things about the developer though, so maybe I'll just, you know, pirate it, but I'm curious. You serious? Garen's right there. She said what I was thinking. But yeah, Pathologic's one of those games that I've been very curious about. But I remember people, like when it was really popular, saying that it's very like anti-game and it's not like actually that fun to play, but the narrative seems very interesting. The S is silent, so the Japanese pronunciation is correct. I tend to pronounce Camus like Kamu like Camus. Yeah, it should be Kamu. Okay, I will keep that in mind for the future because I keep saying Camus. If you do let me know, it's kind of hard to navigate nowadays. I will let you know. There's so many things on my backlog I want to get to. Garen? Well, he's not that bad. Uh-huh. Really, I don't think he means it. It's very anti-game, but the narrative is really worth. It's okay, I love anti-games. I literally love games that are not meant to be games. I'm sure everyone is trying the best they can. Oh, Asia puts my hand on her shoulder. Most people wouldn't want to cause anyone pain, right? I actually, I think that's something Kamu and I can agree on. Yeah, right. If everyone's so nice, where's all that greater evil coming from? You think it's some natural phenomenon? No, of course not. There are things we perceive as painful in the moment, and there are really horrible, awful things happening every day, but I don't think it's right to call them evil. Evil's intentional. Those things don't come from bad intentions. Sadness, loneliness, misunderstanding, fear, but not evil. There was this famous judge, Dionysius something, from ancient Greece, I think? Anyway, he said, evil is not a being, for if it were, it wouldn't be totally evil. Evil has no place among being. Okay, so Hitler's not evil? Huh? That's a rather extreme example, but it's not like he was born that way, was he? I mean, it wasn't his natural quality, I don't think. So, the point still stands. He grew up and became evil as hell. Evil exists. It's freaking everywhere. Just because there's a reason for it doesn't make it better. Of course not. I just don't like when it's described as something omnipresent. Omni what? It's like... It doesn't matter. What I'm trying to say is, we aren't born with some big evil force inside us. I doubt the universe is any different. What? The universe ain't a person. Of course it's different. Well, yes, it's not. I know that. But it is a kind of being, right? I mean, since every being is pure by default, so is the universe, because it's the idea of being itself, right? And, I'm not making any sense, am I? No, I understand you, Asya. I think Ira's just not tuned into your animist swag. You're not. Sorry. It's whatever. About what I'd expect. What does that mean? You're weird. You say weird things. Ah. For a second, I feel a lump rising in my throat. But then I realize something. Ira doesn't look annoyed with me. In fact, it's like she's not repulsed by me at all. I don't really get it, but it must be nice being able to think that way. Like, everyone's good deep down. Like, nobody would ever hurt someone on purpose. That's a sweet world you're living in. How do you do it? If I were you, I'd be angry as hell. Aren't you pretty angry already? Angrier. Whoa, even angrier. Yes, I'd be 100 times as pissed. Scary. You bet. I imagine Ira throwing 100 chairs. 100 chairs flying toward 100 guards. Chairs flying, bow compasses swinging. Ira is like a bodhisattva. Oh my gosh, I can read, I promise. Dozens of hands, half are for holding furniture, half are for stationery. A halo of chairs and compasses. What a beautiful imagination you have, Asya. You should make a poem about this. A halo drawn with a compass. Every new compass draws another halo. This is incredible. 100 times more compasses, 100 times more halos. Ira surrounded by 100 halos. What is this? We talk for a little while longer. Just idle chatter while she finishes her smoke. I tell her about some of the books I've recently read. My impressions, my interpretations. I'm not exactly used to sharing those, so my thoughts come out sounding dumb and crumpled. Oh my goodness, Asya. Same here. Live streaming a visual novel is wild because I'm trying to translate all of my thoughts in an articulate way, and it is just not working. She keeps listening though. Every time I say something, I search Ira's face for signs of boredom. Maybe I'm just not looking hard enough, but I can't find anything of the sort. Oh jeez. I feel so happy I might die. I gotta go. She puts out her cigarette butt. Oh, really? Yeah, plans. Oh, I understand. But, some of those novels sounded kinda interesting. I'll check them out if I don't forget. Really? Please let me know if you do. And, sorry for that stupid philosophy talk. Philosophy talk. Can you shut up with the freaking apologies? Asya's mind is beautiful, but also, girl, you got issues with how you perceive others and yourself. Yeah. Like, okay, I don't want to rag on Asya's personal philosophy about finding the good in everyone, because for me, I'm very much in the camp of, like, people are pushed to do bad things because of the context and situations they find themselves in. I said this earlier, but I do think that because of those situations, people will do harm intentionally and on purpose. And there probably are evil people in this world. I just also don't think evil is a very accurate descriptor of these things, because I think a lot of harm is done with a purpose in mind, and evil to me feels like it's not done with, like, a purpose. It's sad because over-apologizing is a sign of abuse, but she doesn't realize she is. Yeah, Asya's, like, very not cognizant of her situation at all, that she's being bullied so hard. It makes me wonder what her parents are like. I mean, Ira's parents seem to also be, like, pieces of work themselves, but it makes me wonder what Asya's home life is like for her to be so apologetic and, like, really have no agency at all. I just said thanks. Ira gives me a look so threatening I cut myself off. Right. I hope you enjoyed them? She nods in approval. Oh, and the books I read, they were, yes? Oh, she's so cute. Angelique. Huh? by Anne Golon. And Angelique, the romance series? It's historical. It's not just lovey-dovey stuff, you know. I know, my mom really liked them. They seem wonderful. I never got to reading them, and, I didn't really expect you to be into... They're fine. It's not like I'm a huge fan or anything. Girl who is secretly the hugest fan of Angelique by Anne Golon. You're not? It's just that if you want to read something historical or whatever, they're alright. Oh, okay. I'll remember that. Ira looks like she's about to say something else, but then turns on her heels and stomps away. See you. Yeah, see you around. Ira disappears down the street. There she goes again. Yeah, people are not inherently bad, but many people are either driven to malice or grow into it. Yeah, it's hard for me to kind of stick to this worldview I have because of how much bad shit's going on in real life, but it gives me a little more peace of mind when I remember that, like, normal people, as in, like, not people with lots of political power, usually I think that they are shaped by whatever experiences they've had and they don't know any other way to act, and so they do harm on purpose and intentionally, even though there are other options. They just haven't been shown those options. My body leans against the frigid wall. My legs are weak. We talked. Ira and I really talked. I never would have guessed. It was even nicer than I imagined, and I had no idea. So she likes books like that, huh? Ira likes novels like that. It's so wonderful. It's really, really wonderful. Every new thing I learn about her is more wonderful than the last. I need to meet with her again. I want to talk more. Maybe next time she'll tell me a little more about herself. Kind of feels like I hogged the entire conversation now that I think back to it. That was really self-centered of me. Next time I'll have to ask Ira more questions. I'll ask her more about the books she likes. Maybe we could talk about movies? I wonder what her favorites are. Does she also like romance films? That would be cute. I usually prefer detective films, but I really enjoy all kinds of movies. So if she wanted to watch something, maybe we could even go to the cinema? That could be so much fun. It's been a long time since I've gone there. I need to see her again. Man, I love Asya. I feel like every box of dialogue I read, I just love her more. Oh no. She skips even more often than before. No point in keeping up with classes if you're getting expelled anyway. I guess that's Ira's modus operandi. To some degree, I understand it. But I still wish she showed her face from time to time, if only for one lesson. Girls' night, girls' night. They need to have like a little movie marathon. Whatever Ira wants to watch, and then whatever Asya wants to watch. I was gonna say, maybe I'll do a movie marathon this weekend for myself, but then I remember I have a Friendsgiving event to attend, actually. To some degree, I understand it, but I still wish she showed her face from time to time, if only for one lesson. We probably wouldn't talk even if she came. It's not something we ever do in class, so I don't expect anything in that regard. Just seeing the back of her head would be enough. What's with ya, Shubina? Huh? You're all smiles. Finally taking my advice to heart? What advice? Not looking like you're about to hang yourself for a change? It's great to see, really. We gotta kill this guy. Yes, it is great. We're so proud of you. How about brushing your hair next? That grin makes you look like a basket case. Thanks, Vadim. I'll do that. You're welcome. He grabs my English notebook off the table. Payment for my services. His friends chuckle along. I couldn't care less about that. Even though she isn't here today, I don't mind. I know we're going to see each other soon. I'm going to do everything to bump into Ida again. I'll walk the whole town up and down so that we see each other. I'll scour every corner of this place to find her. Perhaps I'm being overly reliant on the universe's kindness. At the end of the day, even if I walk all the possible routes, there's no guarantee I'll run into Ira. But I want to believe. No, I'm convinced the world is merciful. So if I try my hardest, maybe my efforts will be rewarded. Of course, it's an entitled way of thinking. But there's so little time left. Too little time. I need to make the most of it. I'll make as many memorable moments as I can while Ira's here. I'll make every encounter count. I'll fill this measly scrap of time with wonderful things. Ira! Hi! Ah! Oh, Jesus, it's you. She sighs with a mixture of relief and irritation. I barely hold in a giggle. I'm so glad to see her. It worked! It worked! It really worked! I spotted Ira between the rows of garages on the edge of town. She was crouching down by the wooden wall, hugging a thermos in one hand and holding a cigarette in the other. What are you doing here? What does it look like? Meditating? Wrong answer? Ira shakes her head and looks back at the ground. Huh. The rush of joy that had washed over me when I first noticed her began to dwindle. Now that I take a closer look, I don't think I've seen Ira curled up in this way before. Everything about her posture screams exhausted. But why, out here? Are you okay? She mutters something. Huh? On me. What was that? I didn't quite catch it. I take a tentative step towards her, but Ira's scowl stops me dead in my tracks. Huh? You spying on me now? No! No! I was just walking here. At a garage lot? Yes? She gives me such a look of contempt it sends a shiver down my spine. Why? I'm not lying. Really. I always take these walks after school. And going the same route gets boring over time, so sometimes I go through here. Or through the barracks. Or a couple times I even went to the helipad. You know, the one that's over there. As I speak, I see Ida's expression slowly change from disdain to confusion. This isn't right. We talked so nicely just a few days prior. Why then? Did she hear something bad about me? From who? I don't think she'd believe a word of Garen's. I mean, I usually stroll along the main street or near the community center, but it'll get colder soon, you know? So, it's better to enjoy the outdoors while you can, right? I just keep speaking, hoping she'll stop being mad at me. I need to keep going. I need to keep talking because that's what I wanted to do with her. I wanted to talk, and so I have to because I can't waste this moment. We can recover from this. I can cheer her up, and we will clear everything up, and she won't think that I'm some creep. I just can't stand it. I can't bear having her glare at me in silence. And you know, the views are really great here on the outskirts. The sky is bigger, and you can see way into the tundra, and what I mean is, I didn't think you'd be here. That's a lie. Well, more of a half-truth. I hope she'd be here, like I hope she'd be wherever I went. It's just that this isn't what I imagined at all. Not after our last meeting. Not after everything. She's just staring at me. For a moment her eyes soften. But then she closes them, as if just looking at me was wearing her out. She takes a drag and turns away from me. God. Can't I be alone for 5 minutes? I'm sorry. I wait for her to respond with something like, why are you apologizing again? Cut it out. Or even just, whatever, it's fine. But she doesn't say anything. I'm sorry. I'll be going then. Goodbye. Silence. I walk away. Oh, Asya. Cold wind blows in my face. The mounds of snow on garage roofs look smooth and soft. When blizzards hit, they'll get completely buried. I'd like to have a snow hill form over me, too. They look cozy. Actually, I wonder what Ira carries in her thermos. I guess tea would be the obvious answer, but what if she's one of those people that like to have some warm soup with them? That would be cute. I should have asked her about it. I feel like I'm going to cry. Oh no. Oh, Asya. Hey, you got any plans for New Year's? What plans? I'll be with my folks. No, I mean after that. My sister's going to party with the other upperclassmen. Oh, you serious? Think we could sneak in? No way, I don't want to hang out with her. Man, come on. They're gonna have those older girls there too, right? The ones from grade 10? Oh, I bet Mishina will be there. Like she'd talk to you. Hey, you don't know that. Like I said, we're not crashing anything. They won't let us in anyway. That's true. Where are we going then? Whose place? Not mine. We've got Grandma coming over. I can't host. You? Me neither. Vadim? No way. He's kind of tired recently. Ah, really? Yeah. It's whatever, though. Work stuff, I guess. I hear ya. My mom's also out of it. All the adults are pretty stressed, huh? Figures. It's the end of the year. Right. It's almost New Year's. It's a shame, but I don't feel festive at all. I'll need to help Mom decorate the house. Should I remind her about that? Feels like all of us kind of forgot about the holidays. At least I did. Well, maybe I didn't really forget. The end of the year has been looming in the back of my mind, but not as a cause for celebration. All I could think about were the days counting down to the moment Ira would move away. Oh. Ira. She's absent again. I'm not surprised. I wish that I could clear things up with her. I'm not sure how, but I have to. Maybe I should apologize again? What for? Did I really do something so wrong? I guess I've been pretty annoying, but I don't know anymore. I need to think of something that could cheer her up next time we meet. Will more apologies really cut it? What about the poem that you promised to write for her, Asya? That might be nice. Probably not. She'll just get more annoyed. And maybe a small gift? That might be weird, though. And I won't get any more allowance until next week. What could I even buy with this spare change? Maybe a little treat will do? A waffle? Would she like a waffle? What the hell? She's not a freaking dog. Why does my mind always go to some weird place with her? I should just shut up. Focus on something else. It's just so difficult to do these days. Difficult. But I've got to try. There. A little clearer. I see the sidewalk a little better. The buildings, the sky, the lights. Everything around is friendly. Everything is beautiful. That's great. Those are great things to look at and think about. Though perhaps I shouldn't breathe so deeply. You can really get sick from this. It's been getting colder after all. My usual routes have been getting harder and harder to finish. And it's not just the temperature. The paths on the outskirts get snowed over, so trudging through them tires me out really quickly. The winds are picking up too. Even when I cover myself up with a scarf, it feels as if my face is being pelted. I'm not meeting anyone out here in this weather. I should have gone to the library today. What time is it? Maybe I can still make it. Closes at 6, so... No, for sure not. Oh well. They've already begun putting up New Year's decorations. Everything's lined with lights. Oh, and there's a pine tree near the community center. It's so tall. And bare for now. Well, I like it as is. The way that snow rests on its branches makes it look so mighty. Alright, I'm getting into a bit of a festive mood. Wish the frost weren't so prickly, then I'd look around some more. The streets are empty, save for a couple of adults I saw walking down to the bar. Hard to imagine there would be a lot of people out on an evening like this. So why have I been meandering around like I've got nothing better to do? Every answer to this is embarrassing. Oh, I like this song. I really like it. The inside of our apartment block is warm and muddy orange. I like how I said that and then the song stopped because of the scene change. Awesome. I look stupid. There's no elevator, but then again, it's only 5 floors. I make my way upstairs. An idea is forming in my head. An obvious solution to the problem I've been having. It's perfect. I have the perfect plan for the evening. there's our door. It's kind of uninviting, but that's just my opinion. I bet Dad's guests find it quite welcoming, though judging by how quiet it is, I turn the key and enter. The only sound is the faint muttering of the TV coming from the living room. Yes, thank God, no visitors today. I hang my wet coat up to dry, take off my shoes, and quietly go down the corridor. Hi, Dad. Hello. I don't even stop to peek into the room. I won't see anything I haven't seen before. At least tonight seems like it'll be calm. I wash my hands. When I exit the bathroom, I hear a soft voice from the kitchen. Out with friends again? Mm-hmm. Hi. Mom nods her head, staring in front of her. She's smoking again. I go in and open the window, then turn off the light. She squints from the sudden brightness. Oh, wait, turn on the light? Yeah, turn on the light. What's wrong with me? You want some tea? I'm setting the kettle. She shakes her head. I sit opposite her and wait for the water to boil. She's not saying anything, and neither am I. It's not awkward, per se. I just pick at the oilcloth and swat away the smoke that occasionally drifts in my direction. We're both used to this kind of thing, in our own way. Even so, I go to my room as soon as I fill up the teapot. I don't like locking myself in here. I do it every time, and every time I'm swarmed with nasty thoughts. Can't even spend some time with your own mother. You run away from her, even though she has it so hard, so hard. You traitor, brat, ungrateful filth. It's a kind of self-flagellation that goes nowhere. Do I think that if I badmouth myself enough, I'll be forgiven? Oh, that hits too hard. This happens every time and changes nothing. It's pointless, so I direct my attention elsewhere. What was I going to do? Oh, right. I pick up a pen and start flipping through my notebooks. Ida asked me to write a poem. Just thinking back to it makes me so giddy. She said it. She told me she liked it. Ira likes my poems. Nobody has ever said that to me before. Well, Tosia did. But that was years ago. That poem, the one that Garin read. What did she like about it? Maybe I should have asked. Where was it? Ah, that's it.
Сырая черная земля, не обнимай меня так нежно. Не рви наряд свой белоснежный и спи спокойно. Только я буду царапаться и биться, а иней пусть себе искрится. И пусть летят по небу птицы, и светит бледная заря.
Oh, damp black earth, do not hold me so tenderly. Do not tear your snow-white attire, and sleep peacefully. I will scratch and I will beat, but frost will still glimmer, and birds will still fly across the sky, and a pale dawn will still shine. Wow, I'm glad that stayed on screen long enough for me to read it. Oh, that sounded cool in Russian. I think it was Russian. Yes, Russian. I was like, ooh, is it Russian? And I remember that she said Russian dictionary earlier. Ah, it's so lame. I can't blame them for laughing. No, that's cool. It sounds like the poems I write, which I also never post or share with anyone. Maybe one day I'll be brave and post my poetry, but they're all very corny. Unfortunately, I have very corny poetry styles. Ah, it's so lame. I can't blame them for laughing. If anything, Garn was too nice. But at least she liked it. For some freaking reason, Ira liked it. So maybe it's not all bad. Maybe I can make something worthwhile. At least worthwhile in Ida's eyes. That's all I really need. She got angry at me the last time I saw her. I don't know why. I mess up a lot. I really mess up a lot. I doubt she was in a bad mood because of me. But, I definitely didn't help. But now I will. Maybe if I do this, she won't be so mad anymore. I've been really trying since that day. The day she helped me with the diary, I mean. I've been trying, but I just can't get the words to flow right. Today, though, I really want to do this today. I think I can do it. I'm like a kid that only does their homework when their parents yell at them. I don't even know when she'll show up to school again. Bumping into her on the street is a tough bet, especially with this weather. Well, I'll try anyway. I've got nothing to lose. What's the worst case scenario? Appreciating gorgeous scenery? Oh, heaven forbid. I'm gonna enjoy this to hell and back. And when I hand that poem to Ira, then it'll all be worth it. I hope it'll be that easy. For Asya's sake. Just gonna save just in case. I like to be safe. Ow. My wrist is tired. I'm gonna totally wear down this poor eraser at this rate. I've gotta remember to buy a new one. It's just a bit annoying. Even though I ask my classmates to be more careful, they always forget about it. I didn't used to do that before. But now, whenever I lend a textbook to someone, I specifically ask them not to doodle in it. Despite that, they always come back with crude drawings all over. I can't hand them back to the library like that, and I'll get in trouble if a teacher sees it. I lean back in my chair. A week. That's how long it has been since I've last seen her. It's not exactly new for her to skip for several days at a time, but a whole week? Nobody else seems to be bothered, though. I shouldn't be either. It's not her job to be my... I don't want to call her Pitbull. Either way, it's nothing new. Nothing new, nothing bad. Maybe Ira is taking in the town she's grown to love? Who knows when she'll return here after she moves out? I get that. I would do the same. But still, I just wish I could see her. Is she still mad at me? I really hope not. But if she is, I have just the thing to help it. That's right. It's done. I wrote Ira a poem. I wonder how she'll react. I wonder if she'll like it. I really hope she likes it. Maybe she'll smile. Or what if she gets flustered? That would be so cute. I want to see her make that face again. I keep walking around. I don't really expect to see her at this point. It just feels like a duty I need to fulfill. Like a soldier patrolling the streets. Whoa, that sounds pretty cool. And it's not like the weather is harsh all the time. Oops. Real colds will settle in a couple of weeks. The wind can get annoying after a few hours, but aside from that, it's bearable. It's pretty. It's all good. The main road, the 2 residential streets, the community center, the helipad, the garages, the parking lot, the school, the stadium, the research center, the kindergartens, the barracks. I've seen it all 1,000 times. Perhaps somewhere deep down I am a little tired of this view, but I can't hate it, and I can't pretend like I won't miss it when it ceases to exist. When I finish school, I'll go to university. I'll tell everyone I'm from Vorkta, not Vorkta 5, because Vorkta 5 does not exist. People from Vorkta 5 do not exist. The ones outside will ask me something about Vorkta, the real Vorkta, and I'll answer with zero hesitation. If I couldn't do that, I wouldn't be allowed to leave at all. To leave Vorkta 5, you have to deny its existence. I have to deny its existence no matter how much I want it to exist. I have to deny. I have to. But it's tough. So tough that I'm not sure I'll ever manage. Realistically, I'll probably slip up and blurt out something incongruent. I do slip up a lot. I hope I'll get better at it by then. Maybe I should stop. I lower my scarf and take a big breath. Ouch! I'm seriously gonna catch a cold from this. At least my head feels really clear. I look up and see the familiar purple-gray of northern twilight. No, not twilight. Today is the first day of this year's polar night, so I won't see the sun until the tail end of December. It's nothing too bad. Personally, I don't mind the dark. Some people seem to get really depressed during this time, but I'm not one of those. If I stay out for just a little longer and wait for the clouds to clear, I'll see the stars come fully into view. It's a beautiful sight, especially from here, from the barracks, far better than that dinky sliver of the sky I'd see from my apartment windows. I wish that I could stick around for longer, but it's getting too cold. I start making my way back. Decrepit rows of worker housing disappear behind bigger and better homes. There's that old playground just around the corner. That's right, we used to go there all the time with Tosia. Even back then it was kind of unpopular. They built a newer one just 5 minutes away, so we often got to have the whole thing to ourselves. I guess that's why we like the place. Somehow, today feels quieter than ever. I can hear a faint clinking sound as the wind passes through the swing-set chains. Huh? I slow down. There's a figure sitting on the frozen merry-go-round. A drunkard? No, we don't have those kinds of people here. At least not out and about on the streets. And the frame doesn't seem like it belongs to a man, either. I approach, gently making my way through the snow. My Valenki sink into it with almost no resistance, almost zero sound. When was the last time we've had snow this soft? I don't remember. But perhaps I've stopped noticing the crunch of ice under my feet. Perhaps it's me being too focused on the person I've now recognized. It's Ira. It's Ira. Oh my gosh. I broke the tension. Oh no! What happened? What happened? I need to give her a hug. She's hunched over, elbows on her knees, hood down despite the cold. Her hair has tangled, half wet from the snow. What is she doing out here? Smoking, or... Huh? I stop a few meters away. Ira is letting out quiet, gasping sobs. Ira? She looks up fast, as if jolted awake, eyes red and puffy, face raw from wiping at it with her sleeves. There's a bit of snot on her upper lip. What? What do you want? I don't know what to answer. What do I want? All I can think about is how I've never seen a person look so small. Ira swipes at her eyes again, then stands. She stumbles a little, trying to regain her usual posture. What? Another one of your hangout spots? Damn creep. Her voice cracks halfway through. Well, enjoying the show? I slowly shake my head. No, I just saw you. Ida rubs her nose on her sleeve again. Her hands are shaking. Go back to wherever the hell you came from. Go home, Asya. This isn't for you. I take a small step forward. I want to say something. Anything, but my head draws a blank. No. Before I can squeeze out a single word, Ida turns around and stumbles through the snow, away from the playground. I can't even muster the courage to call out to her, let alone follow. I simply watch as Ira vanishes into the alley. If not for her footprints, I'd believe she was never even there. Oh no. The snow keeps falling. A feeling I've long forgotten swells inside me. I've learned to not acknowledge it, so it got buried many layers deep. The hollow space inside my chest grows darker. The sky is full of pinpricks. The world is looking down on me, but not in the way other people do. It's kind and gentle, and I don't feel small under its gaze. Its eyes are pure and tender. Whoa. Okay. Episode 1 end. Episode 2, Marina. I was thinking of like stopping here, but I'll go for a little longer. As tomorrow is a holiday where I live, I have to do some cleanup around the house in preparation for guests, but I'm very invested and I want to see what's gonna happen. And I've been like wondering what's gonna happen with Marina, so I'm like, let's just keep going for a bit longer. Let me just refill my tea. Gotten a little frustrated by Asya's action so far, but I think it's because her character and mindset isn't so relatable, if not understandable. Man. No, yeah, I think when you can kind of resonate with the character, even if you don't agree with all of her actions. That makes it even more poignant, I think. Because there are times where I'm like, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know if she should have reached out to Ida on the playground. I'm like thinking, like, should she have said something? Should she have tried to get her to stay? Should she have done more than just stand there and watch her walk away, you know? But it's like, I don't think Ira would have been open to that in the first place. Because she's going through some shit, and Asia's also kind of doing this thing where she's idolizing Ira as this perfect savior who will protect her from her own lack of agency, and she's not taking the steps to be more independent and be like a better person. I guess it's giving me the vibes that Asia's kind of afraid to grow up into herself. She's afraid to kind of embrace her own selfishness and her own desires, and she wants someone to do that for her, even though she doesn't completely understand who Ira is as a person either. Okay, let me go refill my tea again, like 2 seconds. Oh no. I choked. Something that's really interesting to me about the scene that we also just read was that when someone leaves Vorkta 5 is that they have to act like it doesn't exist. That's kind of something that I'm thinking of. I feel like the significance of that will be stronger later, or like more apparent later. But I also wonder like how Asya feels about that, especially because Tosya, who seems like a very important person to Asya, left like years ago. 3 years ago? Yeah, 3 years ago, right? And so I'm wondering, has Tosya left and moved on, and now she has to act like Asya and all of Vorkta 5 just doesn't exist because they're somewhere else, right? So I'm just thinking. I'm sure the significance of Vorkta 5 being a walled off city will become more apparent later, but very interesting. Oh, hold on. Alright, sorry about that. My mother came in to ask me something. Alright, here we go. The inside of the Hold on. The inside of the Svesdoshka cafe is warm. I can read. I can read, I promise. It looked that way whenever I walked past its huge glass windows, the whole interior basked in golden light. I did feel tempted to enter a couple times. But whenever I saw my classmates there and realized they'd see me sitting at the table all alone, I just kept walking. Is this Asya? Yes, it's Asya still. You've really never been here before? Mm-hmm. Whoa. Well, there's a first time for everything. You gotta try their bird's milk souffle. So good. Alright. I think my mom brought something home from this cafe a couple of times. Eclairs, Medovik, some other sweets. I don't remember much, but they must have been good. I always buy my own treats at the store. They're cheap and tasty. Yeah, cheaper than these for sure. Oh, you got something else. I like kartoshka more. Why didn't you recommend it then? They only had one left. Seriously? Hey, don't misunderstand. You just look like a bird's milk kind of person, you know? What's that supposed to mean? Don't worry about it. Just take a bite, take a bite. Do you like it? It's wonderful. See? You telling me a bird milked this souffle? Incorrect buzzer? It's like the pigeon milk from Animal Crossing. Don't think too hard about it. Asya love hostess donut. Okay, I was buying some drinks for tomorrow, and I was like staring at the hostess like treats, right? I ended up not buying them, also because they were selling them for like $4 for $5, and I'm like, I'm not buying like 4 of these. I just want like 1, and they're so bad for you anyway. Marina is drinking coffee. She seems like a nice girl. At first I thought she was trying to mess with me or play some sort of prank, but now it doesn't seem so. When she pulled me all the way down the stairs, I thought she'd want to talk outside our school. No way, it's cold as hell. Let's go somewhere comfy. So she said. Hostess snacks are so bad, but like so good. I remember, so when I transferred for college, one of the things I did was I tried like all of those like hostess snacks, and what is it, like the cosmic brownies? I don't remember what brand that is, but like cosmic brownies and zebra cakes. I tried those because I never had them growing up. They were not something that was in my household like ever, and whenever I wanted to buy one, my parents would say, no, this is bad for you. So I tried them, and I liked a lot of them. I should not eat them too much though. Oh my god, I forgot about the pigeon's milk in Animal Crossing. Yeah, it was the first thing I thought of when they said bird's milk souffle. I glance around. I suppose it is pretty comfy. Little Debbie's? Yes, I think that must be it. Because I saw those today too, and I was like, oh, those look good. But they're so bad. Suppose it is pretty comfy. Most of the other customers seem to be other school kids, though the adults are probably at work. We sat at a table in the very corner, nestled just behind the window panes and a good distance away from everyone else. I look back at my teacup. I wonder what Ira would order here. Oh, you're obsessed. Right. Marina. So you know I met Ira yesterday. Did you see us? She chews and shakes her head. Nope. Then she told me about it. Huh? So yesterday, as far as I know, I'm the last person to have seen her. You met Ira when exactly? I'm not sure. Around 8 in the evening, I think. Yeah, that lines up. She rang my intercom at 1:30 that. She came to your house? Yes. I think the only hostess snack I will take any day is those chocolate cream-filled cupcakes I used to like a lot more as a kid. I don't remember the one I really, really liked when I was at college, because I would always buy snacks from the convenience store. But there was one that I liked, and it was just a problem that I'd buy it all the time with my meal swipes. It's too sugar overload for me, but they do look so tempting. Yeah, see, I love sugar, and I have still yet to outgrow my sweet tooth. At this rate I'm going with how old I am, and how old I am turning this coming December, I don't think I'm ever gonna outgrow it. I gotta work on not eating so many sweets. Someone send me something nice for my birthday, though. I'm kidding. I'm probably gonna get like a free bundt cake or something. She asked me to come out, and her voice sounded so distressed. I invited her to come inside, but she refused. No, please, just come down. I need to talk. So I ran down, and... oh! She looked so shaken. I've never seen her like that before. Not in a long time, at least. Yeah, she looked rough when I saw her, too. Right? I tried to calm her down, but she kept sobbing. I can't. You were right. I shouldn't have, I think. I don't know. I don't think I can help it anymore. I don't want to go. It's okay. It's okay. You won't go. Ira, you won't go. No, I know. There's no more time left. That's it. I'm out, Marina. Don't say that. We can fix this. You can still... No. I can't. Nobody can. I can't even write anymore. I can't write anything. Ira. I held her while she stood there, weeping. I kept saying the same stuff. She kept saying the same stuff. I didn't know what to do. Then she said she saw me just now, before I came here. Huh? That freaking weirdo, Asya. She saw me like this. She saw me... Weirdo. Her words, not mine. She laughs. Don't take it personally. You know how Ida is. Oh. She seemed to cool down a little after that. Hey, you sure you don't want to come up? You can stay over at our place if you don't feel right. It's fine. I'm okay. I'll be going then. Wait, come on, just like that? Yeah. Bye. You're kidding me. And then she left. You didn't try to stop her? Eh? I mean, I can't, like, restrain her. And hey, I could ask you the same thing. You didn't hold her down with hands behind her back, did you? No, I didn't. I did just watch her walk away, didn't I? But judging by Marina's story, looks like these two really were friends. What did she say again? She hasn't seen Ida like that in a while, so she's been in a similar state before. And now she's all messed up. I certainly did not grow my sweet tooth. I'm 30 and while I love sugar, doesn't love me. Oh no. I'm dreading, like, having to cut back on sugar because I love candy and sweets and cakes so much. I'm a little sailor boy with a big lollipop. She's all messed up, all because she'll be forced to leave? So, why can't we tell anyone about this? Well, how much do you know about Ida's family? Admittedly, not much. I know they've had some issues because of, Ira's behavior. They say she'll be expelled and sent away after this quarter. That's about it. Well, you're not far off. Her parents have been catching lots of flack. Yes, but I still don't really understand it. What do you mean? I mean, even if they're getting criticized, sending Ira away just feels like they're giving up on her. Well, what do you suggest they do? Huh? We only have one school. If Ira gets expelled, she has to study somewhere. That's true. But it feels wrong. There must be other options. I guess some people learn at home, but I'm pretty sure you gotta be disabled to get approved for that. And who's gonna teach her? Her dad works at the institute, her mom's a nurse. No one has time for that. Wait, I thought her mom was... I don't like it either, but I can see where they're coming from. I look down at the cake I've been aimlessly picking at. She's right. I was so quick to cast a moral judgment. Did I expect their whole family to move just because of Ira's poor attendance? Did I expect them to come begging on their knees for the board to keep her enrolled? It's just so childish. I understand, but what does this have to do with keeping silent? Do you know Ira has a little brother? Huh? A little brother? I had no clue. Well, she does. His name's Tolik. Funny kid. I really had no idea. That's okay. You see, it's true. Ida's parents haven't had it easy, but Tolik's got it so much worse. You know how when adults are cool, they try to be subtle about it? Kids don't. It's not so bad when you're in kindergarten. Sure, some kids won't play with you because their mommy told them not to, but they're still too small to really get it. It sucks, but it's not the end of the world. However, he's going to school next year, so right after his sister got expelled. That's one hell of a legacy to walk into. Oh no. No pressure, right? At least nobody will expect too much from him. Don't say that. Sorry, bad joke. But my point is, everyone knows that it's gonna get worse. I can imagine. Yeah. So on top of all that, picture how people will react if they found out his sister was unstable. Huh? Ida's already prone to anger. You've seen it yourself, right? Now imagine adding hysterics to the mix. Sobbing, panicking, acting strange. Not a great look. Well, that's a bit crude. I wouldn't call what Ida did hysterics. I wouldn't either, but you know how they're going to paint this. Word spreads fast. You say anything to teachers or police, the next day everyone in town will know. That's why I don't think it will help anyone, Asya. But maybe it could give them a clue. What clue? Well, if anyone should give a testimony, it's me. I saw her last, right? Oh, right. That makes sense. Well, I told him I saw Ida come from our apartment window around that time. You know, without the part where I came down to talk. But I don't know how helpful that'll be. She seemed to go in the direction of her house after we met, but I didn't exactly, follow her home. So, not much of a pointer. At least they know she didn't leave the city. Border control could tell them that much. Right. This sure is a pickle. I've had my doubts about reporting from the start, and now Marina has solidified them one by one. Tolik. This really could harm Ida's little brother. But if that's the case, are we really supposed to sit back and do nothing? I don't like the idea of that. There's one more thing I wanted to clear up. One burning question Marina must know the answer to. Oh, by the way. You seem to be a good friend of Ida's. Maybe you know something about this. Ahaha, good friend is generous. Huh? I mean, I guess I am. Just don't tell Ira that. She'll break out in hives. Oh no. Really? Yep. She said my jokes get on her nerves. Can you believe that? Yeah, I believe that. What? Mean? Sorry. I'm used to the abuse. Oh, wait, that gives me an idea. Huh? Let's climb a roof and yell some crap like, Iroshka Marinoshka, best friends forever. That girl will come back just to choke us. Wow, that's so smart. Ain't it? But the roofs are slippery this time of year. Aw, boo. We'll tie a rope around you then. Why me? You seem lighter. That's it? Don't worry, I'll hold you real steady. I have a strong center of gravity. So I'm doing the screaming then? Exactly. Oh no, I'm no good at that. Don't worry, I'll just pretend to lose grip on the rope. You'll shriek your lungs out. I refuse. How long has it been since I last chatted with someone like this? Feels like forever. Marina, huh? We keep talking, and I don't feel uncomfortable. Not one bit. Really, I haven't felt so carefree speaking to a person in a while. Should conversations be this easy? Feels like I'm cheating. Especially considering the circumstances. Just yesterday, we both saw Ida agitated and crying her eyes out. Today, we learned she never came back home. It's supposed to be terrifying. But for some reason, it's as if both of us are certain we'll see her again. As if there's no way things will not turn out okay. They have to. What the hell? Huh? Crap. Why now? So they finally let you in, huh, Shubina? This place has really gone downhill. Kill this guy! Hey, Vadik. Marina. Huh? These two know each other? Look at you, getting a replacement already. Can't blame ya. But come on, Shubina of all people. He looks at me. No offense. You're keeping tabs on all my friends? How flattering. Asya, he's in love. Yeah, in your dreams. It's just funny how you always gotta have someone like that around. Someone like that? Marina menacingly lifts her coffee cup. Throw it at him! You want this on your pants? Ooh, scary. You want to get banned from your single hangout spot? I won't. It'll just be a happy little accident. With your aim? Look who's talking. Asya, this guy couldn't aim for the toilet till he was 11. His mattress, however. Shut up! That's not... Garin makes sure none of his buddies heard that. He glances back at us, trying to look unbothered. Why am I even talking to you? Good question. Wasn't she your best friend or something? Huh? Jeez, why does everyone keep saying that? I mean, maybe I'm wrong. You seem to be having a snazzy time without her around. Having a good laugh and all. And you were joking about it too. Huh? In class. You laughed when they declared Ira was missing. Well, she ain't my friend, is she? That bitch attacked me. That's not the point. You don't think she's really missing? I don't give a damn. And you don't really seem to either. Why should anyone? You're exhausting. Don't worry, the feeling's mutual. Well, whatever. I just came in to check if it's really Shubina over here. Thought I was hallucinating for a second. So what, they let you out in public now? Must be a big day for ya. Having fun? She was before you showed up. 1, not talking to you. 2, learn to take a joke. Whatever. My boys are waiting for me. Ciao, ladies. Enjoy your evening. Why, thank you. Let's kill this guy. With a sneering grin, Garin strolls back to his friend group. What the heck was that? I guess I shouldn't be surprised at running into him. Other kids hang out at the cafe all the time. Even so, it's like a bucket of cold water just got splashed over my head. Jeez, can you believe this? Yeah. I didn't expect that. No, seriously, how can a man be so catty? Never thought about it. It's just pathetic. She glares at this table of schoolboys from across the room. Do you two know each other? Yeah, we played together as kids. Oh, it's a boring story. We got along when we were little. Then I grew into a normal person, and he grew into a jerk. So we stopped talking. Tale as old as time. The end. I suppose that happens a lot. Yep. Well, I'm not exactly sad about it. It's like, bye-bye, don't let the door hit you on the way out. Speaking of which, wanna head out? No fun sitting here with these losers stinking up the place. Yes, let's go. Okay, this might be a good stopping point. Yeah, alright. I think I will stop here for today to rest my throat. And go do some chores around the house for tomorrow. I really appreciate everyone coming in and just chilling, listening to me read this. I really am enjoying this so far, and I am excited to see more of it. I'm looking at the credits because the music is good. I see some guy TM me. Thank you for the stream. Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you for popping in. I really appreciate everyone coming in and just hanging out with me. Yes, I hope everyone has a really nice night. I'm planning to continue this next week along with some more Wander Song. Well, depending on how much time I have, I'll see if I can fit in like 2 streams next week. Yeah, I didn't have much to say, but I was listening the whole time. Thanks for streaming. Have a good night. Thanks for streaming. It's a very good story. Yeah, I'm kind of hooked on it. I'm glad I got through all of episode 1 already. You had fun? Yay! I'm glad. I appreciate everyone, including all of the people who just came in to lurk. Within the next few weeks, hopefully I'll have like restream set up, so maybe I'll have things set up on Twitch at some point soon. And get a new overlay. But yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in. I will see you all next week, if our schedules align. I'm also pretty hooked. Okay, awesome. I'm glad that my awful voice acting did not detract from the experience. But yeah, everyone have a good night. I will see you all next week. Bye-bye.